Mark Chenard is at the National Weather Service.
Today we're looking at high temperatures around 95 in Detroit. Even central and northern Maine looking to be in the mid-90s today. And then as we head into the day Thursday, looking around 92 in Boston, 96 in Hartford. Then by Friday we're up to 98 in Philadelphia. And on Saturday, up to 98 in D.C.
National Guard troops have been called to assist with wildfire evacuations in southern New Mexico. More than 500 structures have been damaged or destroyed, and authorities report at least one death. In California, new wildfires have popped up east of San Francisco and in the northern Central Valley. Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a new partnership deal. That includes a vow of mutual aid if either country is attacked.
Putin's visit comes amid growing concerns over an arms arrangement in which North Korea provides Russia with badly needed munitions for Moscow's war in Ukraine in exchange for economic assistance and technology transfers that could enhance the threat posed by Kim's nuclear weapons and missile program. The North is under heavy UN Security Council sanctions over its weapons program, while Russia also faces sanctions by the US and its Western partners over its aggression in Ukraine. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A new Biden administration policy will give roughly 500,000 undocumented immigrants who are married to American citizens a pathway to citizenship for them and their children. Republicans are criticizing the plan. Some of them call it mass amnesty. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The tech, big government, and the progressives have done everything they can to silence truth and sanity, but there is a secret weapon out there that they cannot touch. 1 year ago, a new digital streaming platform, the Real Life Network, was launched to provide a desperate world with much-needed programming free from the overreach and interference of government and media. The explosive growth they have seen speaks for itself. In one short year, more than 100 programmers have jumped on board to provide all kinds of content. I'm proud to be among them, as you can find the Dennis Prager Show and several of my interviews on Real Life Network. And, get this, over 30 million minutes of programs that are free from the influence of secular agendas have been viewed. Real Life Network can change your life, and it's free. Sign up now at reallifenetwork.com and receive a free digital download of Countdown, a book from Real Life Network founder, Pastor Jack Hibbs, whom I adore.
The Congressional Budget Office is projecting this year's federal budget deficit to be $400 billion higher.
The latest projection represents a 27% increase compared to the CBO's original estimate released in February. The major drivers of the change include higher costs from the supplemental spending package signed in April that provides military aid to Ukraine and Israel. Other factors include higher than estimated costs of reducing student loan borrower balances and increased Medicaid spending.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced that he wants to restrict students' usage of smartphones during the school day. Governor is citing the mental health risks of social media. Stocks are not being traded today in the markets, closed for the Juneteenth federal holiday. Stellantis is recalling more than 1 million vehicles in the U.S. and Canada to fix a software glitch that can disable the rear view cameras.
A company investigation found that the vehicles have radio software that can inadvertently shut down the cameras. Among the vehicles being recalled, the Jeep Compass, Grand Cherokee, Wagoneer, and Grand Wagoneer SUVs for model years 2022 and 2023. Stellantis says it has no reports of injuries or crashes. The glitch can be fixed with an online software update. You should see a request to accept the update on your media screen. You'll also get a recall notice in the mail. I'm Rita Foley.
The pastor of a Texas megachurch has resigned after a woman said he had sexually abused her on multiple occasions in the 1980s. Gateway Church's Board of Elders accepted the resignation of Robert Morris, the church's senior pastor and founder. More at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, Whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
That's right.
It is Juneteenth. It is a federal holiday. No mail. However,
plenty of female.
FedEx and UPS will be running today. So if you do have FedEx packages and UPS, those might show up. But United States Postal Service, banks, all observing the federal holiday today. If you have those kind of business affairs, have to put them on hold.
And also, the first day in like 10, maybe the last 10 days, that we are forecasted under triple digits.
Yeah, rain is in the forecast, and boy, howdy, do we need rain.
Man, do we need that rain.
However, it's one of those, I'm cautiously nervous.
Yeah, I know.
Because with this is the flooding.
Yeah, because of the burn scars.
And matter of fact, I was looking at the weather, not only for us here in Roswell, but in Roswell. And they have a flash flood watch.
Really?
In effect, for Ruidoso, beginning at 3 o'clock this afternoon through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Man.
They're looking at a 40% chance of rain this afternoon. Of course, patchy smoke and everything. Tonight, they're looking at a 40% chance of rain. Again, we want the rain. Maybe, burn scars and flooding. That's an issue. But
so now we go from, trying to tamp back the fire to filling sandbags to block off the burn score.
A little bit of everything. Tomorrow, they're looking at an 80% chance of precipitation.
80?
80%.
Wow.
70% tomorrow night, and 70% on Friday, 40% Friday night, 40% on Saturday as well, too. So, and they're talking showers and thunderstorms. So hopefully soaking rains, not the
no lightning,
getting all the rain at 1 minute rain kind of thing. So, but praying, fingers crossed that some of that works out. As far as our weather goes, we're looking at rain chances 30% today, 40% tonight. Tomorrow a 60% chance. Tomorrow night a 70% chance. Friday 50% chance, 20% chance. And here's some happy thoughts. 96 today, like you said, sub under 100. Tomorrow,
oh boy,
our high is 79.
Oh my God! No. Here's the kicker. The true irony. Tomorrow, it's high of 79. First official day of summer. We've been
ironic.
dying in the springtime. The first official day of summer. They're like, hey, why don't you have some rain? Hey, you know what? 70s. You've been through a lot.
May I offer you an egg in this troubling time?
Oh, yeah, it really is an egg in a trying time.
Yeah, that's what as soon as you turned, I was like, that sounds a little like It's Always Sunny to me.
Yes.
But happy Wednesday, happy Juneteenth. Yes, continue. As far as fire updates.
Last I saw, and Greg's been doing, by the way, a great job keeping us up to date.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing his. But the last night was from the official of updates. And as of last night, the South Fork fire has taken up about 15,000 acres, 0% contained, and approximately 1,400 structures have been lost in that fire.
There was a lot of stuff on Facebook yesterday about such and such was a total loss. People were saying Farley's was gone. I saw pictures that Farley's is still standing.
Yeah, I think downtown Ruidoso is fine from what I'm hearing.
Well,
Alto is impacted differently, but as far as downtown, the places in Ruidoso that everyone you thinks of, still there.
Right.
Speaking of that fire, the Salt Fire, which is the one closer to
Ruidoso Downs,
Mescalero, the Downs, in that area, it's burned about 5,500 acres so far. Still active. No mention of structures or anything lost due to that fire. Fortunately,
it says the two are basically surrounding Ruidoso as of last night. 21,000 acres so far.
Yeah. I don't know if the winds were helpful or hurtful last night. I imagine they weren't helpful. But
first thing I saw this morning when I opened my phone up though was Crystal Hester's post about how they drove into Ruidoso and how it's just basically everything was still as it was, or at least the town structure.
And I've heard some conflicting reports on getting stuff in, like that was, I believe, the sheriff's department kind of led the entourage in that one, so they didn't have trouble navigating roadblocks and things. If I'm hearing people that are getting turned away, that if you don't have a specific destination or a specific thing, but then I've also heard stories of, no, I just rolled up there and said, what do you need? And they said, boom, and go. So I think people are having mixed experiences there, and I think that's because there's so many people wanting to help, which is an amazing thing, but there's so many different people coordinating so many different things to get things to people. So it's kind of like if you want to help, just find the ones that are like you said, the sheriff's department. They're having various churches, talk with them, work through the city. Matter of factly, I got a one here. I'll read it real quick. Salvation Army. Now that New Mexico's officially gone in, and FEMA and all the big boys are coming in with their.
Did we finally declare?
I believe so.
Okay,
the governor
good.
went on, and resources and all that. But for that, Salvation Army is now in, and they are accepting various items for donation. Some of the things they're looking for include personal hygiene items, baby items, linens and blankets, socks and underwear, bottled water and sports drinks, non-perishable snack items, toilet paper and paper towels, cleaning supplies, toys, and games. The following items they are not accepting. Used items of any kind, household items, appliances, furniture, and prepared meals. Monetary donations can be made, and there's a link on our Facebook, which I've shared, and everything else, to New Mexico Salvation Army.
Please no Bitcoin.
Or you can text Ruidoso to 51555. You just text Ruidoso to 51555, 51 and 35. And that's Salvation Army, and those money will go to Salvation Army New Mexico directly to those flood efforts there. Again, I've shared this link on our 106.5 Facebook page this morning there, so you can check it out and see, and read the lists of what the stuff they're accepting. And so if you like to go through that way, Salvation Army is on the job.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got their mobile deal and their statuses, and the organizations like that, they have protocols when these things hit. And so they hit them and go, and theirs is engaged in doing their thing. So,
yep, a lot of people, going the extra mile. It was kind of funny last night. I sort of felt a twinge of guilt as I was sitting at home eating my dinner. I just, for a second, I was like, I have 2 open bedrooms this week. I could have, but at the same time, it's like structurally, I don't know if that would even be an assistance. But still, there was that moment. It's like I could have, I could do more. And I think we've all kind of had that feeling of like, we just want to do as much as possible for these folks. I will say this one thing I've noticed just kind of driving around these last couple of mornings. Ruidoso are real early birdies. Like the citizens of Ruidoso, I'm guessing you're used to waking up early, having your coffee, watching the sunrise, listening to the birds outside. You don't ever see this much activity and this much hustle and bustle at like 6:02 in the morning.
No.
But there's a lot of people already kind of up doing their thing. A lot more traffic on the roads, obviously. So be careful out there.
Well, and I got to be honest. just, because my family, they don't anymore. They've since moved, but my in-laws and stuff, they called Ruidoso home for many years.
Yeah.
Till he retired. He's one of those people that worked in a retirement or a town that's kind of you know what I mean? A vacation, a town of leisure.
Sure.
He worked there his whole life, and then he retires and moves to Albuquerque. So, who'd have thunk it? But anyway, they now live in Albuquerque. Well, grandkids were in that equation. You know how that goes. But so I've spent many a morning waking up in Ruidoso, and Ruidoso, just by nature, I think beckons you to get up early.
Yeah,
like the smells, the morning dew, the sunrise,
the general coolness of the morning,
the beauty of Ruidoso.
Do you want to break out morning mood?
Yeah, it just kind of gets you. It's like that's a town meant for sitting on a porch drinking coffee or hot cocoa. You know what I mean?
In a porch swing.
Yeah. It's just that. If I think a town was built for that, that's
right there
town.
even made me sad because right in the scar of the bigger fire, where the one that was heading towards Alto.
Yeah.
That was right in the heart of our family's aunt, or my sister's husband's sister. So Aunt Viola, member of our family, she has a cabin up there that she'll
twice removed.
She'll lease out to family and stuff or friends. And I've spent many a morning sitting there on that porch swing, just sipping a cup of coffee and just letting the thoughts process.
Sure, enveloping the day. Yeah, that's and so this is sad. It is sad that so many people have so many friends, loving memories and things, and hopefully all that wasn't lost here when we go all said and done. But it is heartbreaking to see the
Swiss Chalet, especially. That
one was that struck, but that's one of 1,400 other structures that
and
I've heard several reports of people losing their homes and cabins and things. And I can tell you right now, social media is your best friend. I've seen there's a couple different pages for people that are trying to reconnect with people that they've kind of misplaced because of the fire. There's one or two Ruidoso reconnect pages.
Reuniting Ruidoso.
I highly recommend, if you're on the hunt for friends or trying to track down people, go to those sources first. That's where a lot of that's taking place, and hopefully most people can make their connections through there.
Absolutely.
Reconnecting as they're trying to kind of get, because cell service, everything else is still spotty at best in places up there. So a lot of people are still some are able to get a little connection to go to some data and say, I'm okay, we're just no data kind of thing. But
and a lot of people too, this fire kind of caused a bit of a separation, because some people fled that way towards the Alamogordo area. Most people fled towards the Roswell area.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of families, friend groups that were split up because of that.
Yeah. And it's kind of, it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of finding out some of my Air Force buddy friends that are still in the area. I saw one or two of my friends from Air Force days, Alamogordo, hadn't seen or heard from in years. They kind of go radio silent on Facebook.
Sure.
And then, but there they are in Alamogordo still as private citizens, doing much like you see here in Roswell. Hey, we're getting a trailer together with water and supplies and all that. I'm looking, and there's my buddy from military days. He's on the other side, Alamogordo. We got a trailer. We're getting together. So it's great to see that side, the communities all over Southeast
and
New
also
Mexico
the side of it that's
coming together.
Jim, you're still here? Thought for sure you were going to go to Florida like we always talked about.
Well, you actually nailed it.
Did I?
His name is Art, but other than that, he pretty much nailed it.
Ayana posting up in the chat here, some of the Ford dealerships in her area are actually doing donations. The Alamogordo and Las Cruces Ford dealerships are filling up trucks to take up to the burn.
Great.
area.
I love to see the entire state is rallying now. And I think yesterday everyone said, oh, this is serious, and then finally people, we here in this part of the world been dealing with it for a couple days, but yesterday I think was the day everyone's like, oh, Ruidoso's in trouble.
I will, after all this said and done, after the dust and the smoke settle and we're into the rebuilding phase, I really, really hope that Getty Images was paying close attention to some of the amazing photography we got coming out of the last couple of days.
Yeah.
I know it's a travesty. I know it's awful, but some of those red sunset shots are just I want that on a wall. As horrific as that is, there's some beautiful.
I get what you're saying.
It's beauty out of the ashes.
In the chaos and everything else, there's those moments of just awe and beauty. And yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, there is some of that through here, and maybe long after the scars have healed and things, we can kind of reflect on those maybe a little bit more fondly. But I did unfortunately hear of. It looks like at least one confirmed death.
Yeah.
I don't think they know or haven't released details on which fire or any of that, but we've lost at least one person from these fires here. Hopefully, that's all we lose. Not that one life is one too many, but considering the amount of damage these fires are doing, that might be a blessing in disguise if we only lose one. So
the problem with Ruidoso is it's so, I mean, as far as like the residence goes, it's so spread out because you have so many people living in just, like a mountain house just out in the middle of nowhere. And maybe they don't have, access to the road to get out, or maybe they didn't hear about it until it was too late.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that whole region there, Alto, Mescalero, Ruidoso, the Downs, there's parts there that, you want to live by yourself, you live by yourself. And you get up in the mountains. And yes, for folks that live there year round, there is a modicum of independence there. It's like, hey, I got to have a four-wheeler because, winter hits and that's the only way we get out, things like that. But at the same time, this is something no one can prepare for when it's the fire. And just continue to support and supply. I know a lot of people are trying to get things to, as we get trailers. And I know a lot of that's going on and folks that are working closely with that, keep doing your thing. But people that are wanting and wishing to get more involved, my best suggestion for you at this point is go through organizations like the Salvation Army, the sheriff, city, local governments, county, various entities that are organizing and putting together events to gather things. I know, like the Encanto Center. I'm here. We on our Facebook. There's a whole list of places, but that's just one right off the top of my head.
Yeah, the Encanto Center, I think, is the official drop-off.
Yeah, where they're accepting donations and things, and you can see what the kinds of items they're wanting there, and just sharing. Okay, the Gonzales Hope Center is a drop-off center for. They're not accepting beds, people, but if you want to donate water, supplies, things to get to folks in Ruidoso, they're accepting them there at the Gonzales Center. Good, kind of an overflow there, and they're on East 2nd here, just
East 3rd.
East 3rd, I'm sorry.
Right behind what used to be 3rd Street Station.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you can make a donation there, that would be great. I was gonna say the Food Not Bombs thing, but they're also, if you have a donation, you can't maybe make it to the center, they can arrange for pickup of those items.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
you make a call and someone will help out there. But that's my best suggestion is if you're looking, like I said, if you go to our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall over the last 24, 48 hours here, we've shared multiple various resources of people offering their services from everything from pickup of animals to places for the night to supplies needs, all that kind of stuff. We share them as we see them. Almost every single church in our community has some kind of event or a thing set up to help out. I know I was talking with Bob Lavarakis yesterday. He was talking about First Baptist Church. They're going and housing and everything every day here. So members of that church or people that want to get involved, they are looking for volunteers, looking for donations, and all kind of stuff there too. So.
Hopefully not an app that I have to use a whole lot, but I did, upon a lot of suggestions from Facebook, downloaded the Watch Duty app.
Yes.
It's the official Fire Watch app. And what's crazy is this, I mean, there's a lot of activity. You can see the actual acreages of all the burns. But then if you zoom out and just really take it in, this is what southeastern New Mexico and West Texas look like right now.
Yeah,
it looks like a campground. Different fires.
Yeah,
but it's the whole state is basically burning right now.
Yeah, well, the weather and it's just a rough year for it, and obviously the worst of it here in Ruidoso right now. I mean, obviously it's national news. I was seeing on the NBC and the nightly newses, the national newses, they they were talking about Ruidoso last night and everything else. So it's finally on everyone's map here. And so with that comes more support, and hopefully, knock on wood, rain dance, cross your fingers, pray, whatever you got to do. This moisture here, hopefully it comes in and helps, does more good than harm. Hopefully that's the only thing I was like, too much of a good thing might be a bad thing on this one. So I'm not an expert by any way, shape, or form, but because I'm like, water on fire, good, but what's the too much threshold?
What the fire has carved out that worries us.
Sure, absolutely. So hopefully that, and I'm sure because the people that do this and they know these fires and know that land. This is why you let people that know the land do the things they do with the land, and maybe not the bureaucrat in D.C. because they know what these things actually happen in these things. And when you get the situation, this is where you let the people that know the land and know the territory and know when they talk, those are the people you should listen to.
Absolutely.
That's just my thoughts, and I hope that's what they're doing.
Listen to the ones who have been through it.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yep. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're gonna chit-chat, keep updating this hour. I figured, we got lots going on in the world here, so we'll continue chit-chatting. We're going to replay our interview Sean had with Bill Williams on Monday, Travis County Manager, talking county biz. So we'll play that for you here in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour today, we're going to have our friends from American Legion Post 61 join us. Believe it or not, state convention for American Legion is this week here in Roswell. And so it's a go. But they're just going to give us an update and everything there. But obviously with all that's going on in the world, like, we're hosting a state convention here.
It's not like the hotels aren't already at capacity.
Well, I have to say we'll get an update from them on everything, but everything is a go. So
when you're planning an event like this, and I know I talked to him months ago, they try to take every occurrence into
this is one out of left field a little bit.
There's no way they could have seen this coming.
That's like when you play for you computer nerds of yesteryear, when you played the original SimCity game back in the day on the computer, and then you try to factor everything, but you don't factor for things like a Godzilla attack.
Yeah,
and this is one of those moments where it's like, oh God, or alien attack. That with some of those things that happen in the game.
We planned for everything, but the damn chupacabras.
and so when you're playing for event, but everything's a go. But we'll get that update from them here this morning.
Very good.
Yeah. It is 7:27. Let's go ahead and pause for weather real quick, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do a quick break in news and all. But first, here is your weather, and rain is in the forecast. Yay!
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like we've got some rain and cooler temperatures coming up. We'll stay in the mid-90s for the afternoon high. Just a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, and we'll be getting sunshine. Moist air coming in from Texas tonight, and that'll bring us rain and thunderstorms and gusty wind, our low dropping to 70. Maybe a few lingering showers tomorrow morning, rain in the afternoon, and upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 76 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%. Winds currently out of the south at 14 miles per hour. For us here in Roswell today, we are looking at a 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Sunny skies and a high of 96 today. Winds will be breezy out of the southeast, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at a 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 70. Winds will remain breezy out of the southeast, 20 to 25 miles per hour. Could see wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. Those winds will drop down 10 to 15 after midnight tonight. For you Thursday, we are looking at showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly for the afternoon. Mostly cloudy for the day with a high of 79 degrees. 79 degrees. I say that again. Winds will be out of the southeast, 15 at around 15 miles per hour. Chance of precip is at 60%. They're expecting between a tenth and a quarter of an inch of rain for us here in Roswell tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're looking at a 70% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Cloudy skies with an overnight low of 68 degrees. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. For Friday, We are looking at a 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mainly before noon, and showers for the afternoon as well, so all day here. Looks like mostly cloudy for the day. Expect a high at 85 degrees. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Looks like partly cloudy otherwise, with an overnight low of 68 degrees. For the weekend, Saturday, sunny and 92. Sunday, we're looking at a 20% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms, otherwise sunny and 98. And then back in the 102 on Monday, 105 Tuesday of next week. Looking at Ruidoso, just seeing their weather here today. I had mentioned earlier in the show, they do have a flash flood watch in effect this afternoon, taking effect at 3 p.m., remaining in effect at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. They're looking at a 40% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Fortunately, their wind, well, it looks like they're going to get breezy too. Southwest winds 5 to 10 early, but 15 to 20 later today. 40% chance of rain tonight for the folks in Ruidoso. Of course, areas of smoke, mostly cloudy, 57 there. They're looking at an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. 71 for a high with southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's not good. 70% chance of rain Thursday night as well. Southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. 70% chance of rain on Friday for Ruidoso, with winds out of the southwest 5 to 15 miles per hour. 40% chance of rain for them Friday night. Saturday, they're looking at a 40% chance of rain, partly cloudy, 79, and a 40% on Sunday. So hopefully some of that moisture will help get that fire, get some containment on that, hopefully. Cross some fingers. Let's see. It is 7:32. Let's pause, take a commercial break. We'll also follow it up with a local news update, King Commando update. We'll be back on the other side. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM. Don't go away. We'll be back.
A bedroom is a quiet escape where I go for peace and comfort. This is Melanie at Glenn's Furniture. I know how important the most private room in your home is for your life and the lives of your family. That's why we offer a selection of bedroom groups that make living easier and more comfortable. Modern designs, bold curves, and stylish fabrics elevate your bedroom space. You'll find your new set easy to sleep on and even easier to own. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Edge Safety and Services, LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for roustabout crew and a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screening. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 2801 North Freeman in Artesia. Edge Safety and Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Is your old car, truck, or SUV on life support? Clear. With new management and a whole new attitude, Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle fast, fun, and easy. Upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease? Roswell Ford wants to get you released even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Right now, get huge savings with rates as low as 0% for 66 months and no payments until Labor Day. Plus, we have a great selection of low-mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Don't settle for a low-quality, overpriced clunker. Buy a quality pre-owned vehicle from Roswell Ford for a lot less. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. We've partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. $1,515 per thousand finance on select new Ford models with approved credit.
You received a social media message or text from an unknown number. They started a conversation with you, and over time, they earn your trust. Then, they encourage you to invest online or buy cryptocurrency. And when you do, they disappear, along with your money. But it can be avoided. The Securities Division of New Mexico's Regulation and Licensing Department can help. Learn to spot the red flags of investment scams at rld.nm.gov/red flags or call 505-476-4580.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Pressure Services, LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and all positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screening. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please apply in person at 2702 North Freeman in Artesia, New Mexico. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Now, your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. We are getting reports now of at least one fatality due to the wildfires burning in southeast New Mexico. CNN reports it was told by State Department of Homeland Security that one fatality had occurred. Other details were provided. The wildfires have been tearing across Lincoln County and the Mescalero Apache Reservation. They've converged on the village of Ruidoso and prompted about 8,000 residents to evacuate, according to officials. The neighboring community of Ruidoso Downs also came under an evacuation order Tuesday. The governor earlier declared a state of emergency in the county and the reservation. About 1,400 structures have been lost in the flames. And again, an estimated 8,000 people have been ordered to leave, according to New Mexico fire officials. The South Fork fire, it started Monday morning on Mescalero Apache tribal land, and so far has spread to about 3,000 acres by nightfall. It has since exploded in size to more than 15,000 acres on Tuesday. A second blaze, the Salt Fire, is also burning on tribal land south of Ruidoso and had scorched about 5,500 acres as of Tuesday. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
You've probably used ChatGPT by now. It can write stories, email, and even code. That's all great, but one of its coolest features is making images from descriptions. Just tell it what you want to see, and it'll create it. I'm Kim Commando for Blinds.com. Right now, save up to 45% for a limited time at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply. Want to make art, a meme, cartoon, or a photo? Try it out. It's like magic. For example, start your prompt with, I would like an image of, and describe what you want in great detail. Include specifics like colors, emotions, location, the time of day. The more details you give, the better the image. For example, you could say, create an image of a golden retriever fetching a ball in a large field. There are trees, and it's daytime. And if you like a certain art style, say pop art or impressionism, mention you want it in the style too. Just don't ask it to add words to the image. ChatGPT is really bad at that. Join over 500,000 folks who get tech smart with my free newsletter at getkim.com. It's time to get your house summer ready. Cool down and freshen up with new premium window treatments from Blinds.com. Blinds.com invented a better way to shop for stylish blinds, shades, shutters, and even motorized options for your patio. Everything is 100% online, so you don't have to deal with overpriced showrooms or pushy salespeople inside your home. You can do the measurements and install yourself, or let Blinds.com pros handle it all for you. You can have multiple window coverings installed for just one low cost. Not sure what's the best for an odd-shaped window or to block the sun on your patio? Blinds.com design experts can help for free. They'll even send free samples directly to you. Plus, you always get transparent pricing on their website with no hidden fees, no hassle, and no multiple trips to a store. Shop Blinds.com right now and save up to 45% for a limited time. Rules and restrictions may apply. Shop Blinds.com right now and save up to 45%.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:40. Yes, so as you're seeing, we're getting updates in on places to donate to help out. I was just talking with Jocelyn, our video producer here, and of course, she works a lot with the Gonzales Hope Center, Foods Not Bombs organization. They've been at Walmart and will continue to be at Walmart the rest of this week, passing out food, hygiene, supplies, things like that. They are seeing a lot of reports of people staying at the Walmart parking lot, their cars. Some are just, displaced folks that either the shelters are full, and then so they're just sleeping in their cars and stuff out there at the Walmart parking lot and things like that. So they're accepting donations and things too, but also helping out there. But they're going to be in the Walmart parking lot north end by the Panda Express through the rest of the week here, from 6 to 9 each evening. And they'll be there till they run out of supplies, the hygiene products, Go Box meals, pet food, fruits, snacks, water, things just to help out there. So you can donate through them. They're accepting donations at the Gonzales Hope Center that'll go towards these efforts. Like I mentioned, Salvation Army is, and I just put that on our Facebook, that's got a list of items they're accepting for donations, what they're doing as far as their efforts and how you can help and get involved there. So there is a bevy of different ways, and you can find most of them through our social media, Facebook. There.
Yeah, pretty much all of the gathering places. This is what I'm picking up as I drive around. All the bigger buildings, the gathering places, those are filling up. And Walmart is traditionally like the place for RVs to kind of park overnight.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'm sure you're going to see an influx of that for the next few days. But obviously anything you can do to help out. Along with that list of things that Salvation Army will accept, there are things that they can't accept.
Yeah,
obviously.
and most of it makes sense when you look at the list, like appliances, things like that.
Used items, prepared meals. And yes, I know that the first place our minds go is when somebody's going through a tragedy or trauma, we're breaking out the casserole dish.
Right.
But in this case, it's,
Well, and there's lots of places that are doing that, and if you'd like to get involved in that way, I'm sure you can reach out through various churches and things, but if you want to donate through the Salvation Army, they're looking for hygiene items, prepackaged stuff, monetary donations, and things like that. Things that they can use at their emergency distribution setups and things that they've got going on through their stuff. So.
And a lot of restaurants in the area are obviously doing their part, doing what they can to provide some meals. Big shout out to the Valley Cafe out at Church on the Move for basically working just tirelessly in that kitchen to make sure that those folks were fed.
And I've seen a lot of other places doing that too. Arby's was one I saw that they made some donation of food to our, I think, first responders and things, and various other restaurants.
A lot of pizza
area.
getting slung last night.
Yeah, businesses. I've been hearing, even the major corporations, your Sam's, Walmart types making donations to efforts here.
Sure.
And so it is a complete, entire New Mexico community effort that's doing what we can to help out. So if you want to get involved, just find these niches. At this point in the thing, that's probably the best way to do it. I know we do have some groups that are still doing their things, and if they're making success, keep doing that. I just know that there's, getting in and out of Ruidoso, unless you have connections, is pretty much not going to happen.
Not right now, yeah,
You
for sure.
got to have, some kind of official connection to get resources in there.
And I know the mindset is right now, if you're down here, the mindset is assess. Let's just go see what happens, see where I'm at, and go from there. It's just right now we're kind of in a holding pattern. We got to kind of wait it out.
Well, and like I said, as this fire continues, there's going to be more and more people getting displaced. As this fire goes longer before people can return back to see what's left. There's going to be more. So keep going. Don't let this fervor sizzle up or dry up here over the next day or two. Keep donating, because they're going to need to continue to support folks probably weeks into months after the public has forgotten about these
And that's
things.
the thing is right now, interest is hot, but like everything, interest will wane. So, we want to make sure to keep this front of mind.
People will continue to need help and support through out this, and when it's not as in the forefront of people's brains, that's when we need people to step up.
It's like you didn't want to be the guy that got COVID in late 2022. It's like, I got it way after it was cool down, Dang it, why now? I made it all the way through that nonsense. Now?
Yeah, that would no. I don't get the love and support.
Right. I don't get to enjoy all the accolades, and I just got to deal with it and vaccine up.
Yeah. Oh, not related to nothing, but I want to share it now because I just want to change the palette.
Right.
So I had a McDonald's thing.
Oh.
While I was on my trip, and it's a new thing that I think I want to be my thing.
I hope they have it at our local McDonald's.
No, this was in a McDonald's in Texas. So we stopped to get gas, and it was just convenient. There's McDonald's. Let's grab breakfast. This is on our way off the cruise, and we got out of the Houston area and got into more rural Texas. And I was like, all right, now I'll get gas and stop and stretch your legs. So we hit a gas station and the McDonald's next door and it was still breakfast hours, like 9 something.
Right.
So they had the steak, egg, and cheese bagels.
No.
And I'm like, oh, look at this. But then I went to the machine to order, and the thing came up, and it's like McMuffins, and they're like egg or muffin. Then there was a steak, egg, and cheese McMuffin. I said, oh boy, golly, I'm getting that.
Wait a second.
And I ordered a steak, egg, and cheese McMuffin. And it was the egg McMuffin with the egg, the cheese, which they went extra on, and then that steak. It's my new favorite.
That's cruel, though. That's like, I'm kind of in love with a cuisine that I can't have in this part of the country.
And that, I don't know if I can't pick a happier meal moment in McDonald's. That was one of them right there.
Just the bite mark and then...
Oh, yeah. I was like, in hindsight, I should have brought like 4 back with me just to keep in, like in pockets.
Throw them in the freezer. That does bring up an interesting question, though. While you were off at your various ports of call, did you see any, because you guys were focused on like the locals, the shops, the excursions and things like that. Was there any example of like commercialism that we would recognize? Like, did you see a McDonald's while you're down there?
Well, funny you ask. We were, when we were in Roatan or Roatan or whatever the local called, they were in Honduras. And we were taking our bus trip to our animal sanctuary place there. So we're driving through town, and I saw not one, but 2 Bojangles.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Wendy's.
Nice.
And another one. What was it? Was the other fast food establishment we saw? Was it Pizza Hut? May have been Pizza Hut. But I saw 2 Bojangles, and she said, "Look, here's our Bojangles, and we have our second Bojangles." Like she pointed them out, like that was on the tour.
Right. That's crazy that they would have expanded. It's like we have locations in North Carolina, Kentucky, and Honduras. But like one of the first things I do, and I say when, but if I were to ever visit a foreign country, is go to their McDonald's because there's always something weird on, especially the ones in Japan.
Yeah.
Like Japanese McDonald's are just weird.
I had a beer in a McDonald's in Germany.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's just, even though it is like it's not really for anything, it just, you can scratch it off the list, you know?
Right, and I was in the military when I was stuck in Germany for a month, and we were like, "Hey, got your beer at the McDonald's. Let's have a beer at the McDonald's."
The one place I'm obsessed with wanting to try, although we don't have any in our area, but I keep hearing about it, Jollibee. You ever heard of it?
No.
So it's a Filipino chain of restaurants, a Filipino style food. So they're known for their fried chicken. They make it's like an extra crispy battered fried chicken that they're specifically like with all their spices that they're known for. But on their menu also, they have it's spaghetti, but with American cheese and cut up hot dogs.
Wow, Sheldon Cooper would love that.
I'm genuinely intrigued to try this. Like I genuinely want.
That sounds so ghetto, but at the same time,
it sounds amazing.
Pull me up a plate.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a reason ghetto food has been ghetto food for so long, because it's delicious.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, ew, but like, yeah.
I mean,
it's just that sounds like something I fix at home, not in a place I go to a restaurant to ask for.
Oh, and their sauce too, and that's the other thing is their spaghetti sauce is known to be sweeter. Like it's
spaghetti sauce,
almost like a ketchup-y sauce.
Okay.
Like they said, what it is their type of ketchup, and we've talked about it with Nook before.
Yeah,
you know how Nook has that banana ketchup?
Yeah,
that's the ketchup that they use. It's it's like Filipino style ketchup, and so it has kind of that sweeter taste to it.
Yeah,
but everybody that I've talked to that's had it, they swear by it. They say it's like the most amazing.
I'd try it.
Absolutely,
it does sound pretty. Yeah, like sounds like hot dog on baked bread.
Well, it's like everything that I hear about, like on these like fancy, First We Feast YouTube channels or whatever. It all started in a bodega at the corner of someplace in Brooklyn. Like the chopped cheese. Yeah, like that's a huge deal. It's just ground beef with cheese and onions, and they just chop it up on the flat top and put it on a bun. And that's bodega food, but the New Yorkers swear by it. It's like that's their go-to.
Pretty good stuff. Yeah, that sounded nothing you said there sounded wrong at all. It sounded so right.
Ghetto. Sometimes the most ghetto food is the most fantastic.
That's right.
Case in point, have you ever had a kulickle?
I guess I have not, because I don't know what that is.
It is a pickle that has been soaked in Kool-Aid.
See, now I'm
it
not
tastes
into
exactly like you think it does.
See, I'm not into the pickle game like that. Like I like pickles. I love to eat pickles. I put them, sandwiches and all. But pickle flavored drinks, pickle flavored desserts, pickled flavored things like that, not my game.
Very much my game. Matter of fact, and this is why I love that my friends know me as well as they do.
Yeah.
When Misty went to Buc-ee's in Missouri, the first thing she thought was, I'm going to get Sean something pickled. And she brought me back a jar of chow chow, which I'm already massively into.
The pickle dog?
Huh? Yeah, like chow chow. It's like cabbage and onions and stuff like that, but it's pickled.
All right.
And it's hot. So it's
It's almost like a kimchi.
It's like a
thing.
traditional hot dog topping in the South.
Okay.
So yeah, of course, as soon as I have hot dogs, I'm breaking out the chow chow.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good on a hot dog. I'm not
pickle
opening up the bowl or the jar and saying, "Give me a big old bowl of that nonsense." No. 7:52. We got to do sports brought to you by DSI.
Yes.
So we'll do that now. Jocelyn, get ready for the commercial. And then we will get you into, you know what? Let me do the Wall Street business update to give her a minute to get the commercial ready, because I don't know what else to do there. I figured that'd be nice.
There you go.
And then a quick break as well before we come back here. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winter.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. retail sales barely rose in May, and data for the prior month was revised considerably lower, suggesting that economic activity remained lackluster in the second quarter. Production at U.S. factories increased more than expected in May, recouping all the declines in the prior 2 months. But the momentum is unlikely to be sustained amid higher interest rates and softening demand for goods. Walmart has agreed to pay $1.64 million to settle regulatory charges that its 64 New Jersey stores employed illegal pricing practices that made it hard for consumers to comparison shop. Workers who are part of the Amazon labor union are aligning themselves with the Teamsters, overwhelmingly voting in favor of an affiliation. The ALU members voted 98.3% in favor of the affiliation, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters said Tuesday. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Running a business is tough. Operational demands change fast, and keeping up can feel impossible. That's where DSI comes in. We've been helping local businesses thrive for over 25 years. You might know us for printer products, but we're your one-stop shop for cutting-edge office technology. From managed IT to video security, audio-visual technology, and more, DSI has everything you need. We're flexible, local, and have the resources of a national corporation. Be more productive. Make more money. DSI, the heartbeat of business. Visit DSINM.com. The heartbeat of business. Visit DSINM.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The New Mexico Military Institute has a new football coach for the JC program. It's a familiar name, especially if you're down Carlsbad. Oliver Sukup, who coached the Cavemen a couple of years ago. Last year, he was the defensive coordinator at Eastern New Mexico University. Well, he'll step in and take over for Kurt Taufaaso, who took the New Mexico Highlands job after 3 years. Remember, during his reign, the Broncos won the 2021 JC National Championship. So now it's back to Oliver Sukup as the new head coach. He also coached at New Mexico State University from 2015 to 2021. He was an assistant coach there. And he also had a prior stint as an assistant at NMMI itself. That was back in 2011. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell has a great sense of timing, like bringing out Southern Blackberry Cobbler ice cream in time for summer. Rich ice cream with luscious blackberry flavor combined with flaky pie crust pieces and a blackberry swirl. The perfect summertime treat.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Smokey's Country Market in Capitan and all Farmers Country Markets.
Calling all men. June is Men's Health Month, and Artesia General Hospital wants you to step up and take care of your health. Every year, thousands of men in the U.S. die from preventable diseases. Take control of your health today and schedule a visit before something is wrong. Artesia General Hospital has specialists in a variety of men's health disciplines, but your primary care provider is the best place to start. Take your health seriously for yourself and for your loved ones. Visit artesiageneral.com/men's health or call 575-746-3119.
When others say no, Roswell Hyundai says
yes.
The bank manager is at Roswell Hyundai for a short time to say
yes.
No social security number or ITIN number?
Yes.
No driver's license?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Roswell Hyundai says
yes.
If you have a job that earns at least $12 an hour, Roswell Hyundai wants to say
yes.
Roswell Hyundai wants 100% approval, which means they want to say
yes
to you.
Yes.
Get zero down, zero payments till fall, plus up to $4,000 more for your trade. On now at the home of Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 7:58. I got a minute or two here before we get you into news and top of the hour and all that. But a couple of updates I did get coming in during the break there. Out at the ENMUR campus, the college campus still has 100 cots and are serving breakfast and dinner. So if there's folks listening out here displaced that are looking for a place to hunker down, this was a call we got just about 15 minutes ago from ENMUR. The college campus still has 100 cots, and they are serving breakfast and dinner. So we can direct some folks over there that are still looking for places to bed down and to get settled. The college does have some places to help out there right now. Also, I did get a text, and unfortunately, this is the negative side of these kind of things. But law enforcement officials are warning people to be on the alert, because when there's a lot of people that want to help out, there's also sometimes the negative side of that, people doing less than savory things on a situation like that. But there are some people out there that are be careful who you give money to, who you give your animals to. There's a few people that are being just unsavory, that stuff, stealing animals, things like that. So please, do a little checking when you do some of your social media investigatings on some of this. Unfortunately, 99% of people just want to help out, but there is that small percentage. So be on guard for that. All right, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Thousands of New Mexico residents have fled their homes because of wildfires. Blazes have damaged more than 500 structures there. At least one person has died. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says it's a very dangerous situation.
The reason for the update is to alert people that these are very serious fires. Traveling in and around that southeastern part of the state is not only not allowable right now with road closures, but it's discouraged even where roads are open.
Audio courtesy of KOAT. The governor has deployed National Guard troops to assist residents. Much of the U.S. continues to bake in a heat wave. Forecasters expect dangerous temperatures to peak in the eastern Great Lakes and New England today and tomorrow. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu claims the U.S. is withholding arms shipments to the Jewish state, but the Biden administration says that's not true. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
We have a commitment to make sure that Israel has what it needs to defend itself against a whole variety of threats. Gaza is part of it, but it far surpasses Gaza in terms of the threats they face. The president's committed to that.
A closely watched Republican primary race in Virginia remains too close to call today. Congressman Bob Good, who chairs the House Freedom Caucus, is seeking a third term. But State Senator John McGuire has mounted a strong challenge. McGuire has the backing of former President Trump. A court in eastern Russia has convicted a visiting American soldier of stealing and making threats of murder, and it sentenced him to 3 years and 9 months in prison. Russian media say the judge also ordered Staff Sergeant Gordon Black to pay $115 in damages. No trading on Wall Street today. Stock markets are closed in observance of Juneteenth. More at townhall.com.
Are you a business owner? Did you know that there are over
Here's an
33
important
million
message
small
from the
businesses in
Diabetes
America?
Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Trump's gag order appeal in his New York felony case.
In its ruling, the Court of Appeals on Tuesday found the order does not raise substantial constitutional issues that would warrant its intervention. The decision is the latest legal setback for the Republican frontrunner for president, who has repeatedly railed against the gag order. The order prevents Trump from commenting on witnesses, jurors, and others who were involved in the case, but it could be short-lived. The trial judge is expected to rule soon on a defense request to lift the gag order. Meanwhile, Trump is scheduled to be sentenced in his hush money case July 11th. Julie Walker, New York.
A bulk carrier sank in the Red Sea just days after an attack by Yemen's Houthi rebels that also believed to have killed one mariner on board. News and analysis at townhall.com. Minor League Baseball is moving forward with plans to have robots replace human umpires.
Baseball's top minor leagues are switching to an all-challenge system for their test of robot umpires. Major League Baseball has been experimenting with the automated ball strike system in the minor leagues since 2019. It has been used at all AAA ballparks this year for a second straight season. The robot alone for the first 3 games of each series, and a human with a challenge system in the final 3. Starting June 25th, only the challenge system will be used, according to a memo sent Tuesday from MLB to farm directors and AAA managers. I'm Geffen Coolbaugh.
Maryland's governor is pardoning 175,000 people with cannabis convictions. That brings to more than 2.5 million people across the U.S. whose convictions have been cleared or forgiven in recent years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
It's the deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Wednesday. As we continue to get updates for the fire evacuations. Of course, we'll keep you posted on that. We're going to do a regular hour of show this morning and replay an interview here.
What a concept. I got thinking about it after the last hour. Now, granted, we did spend a good portion of the time talking about a cruise yesterday.
Yeah.
We have now talked 4 hours straight about fires and cruise ships, and
and there's more to come.
There's been a lot of activity this week.
Although I saw right before I got on the radio here, I did one last Facebook look, and the first thing that popped up, and again, thank you to Greg Birch, who's like on all the stuff, just sharing so much things.
Right.
I saw a bit of ray of sunshine, and what most of it's been just news that makes you sad. Alto Cafe.
Yes, I did see that.
They don't have power. They're not open, but they're still there. And the building was there. And if y'all remember, about, I don't know, it was like a couple of years ago. It was around Kim's head issue, because that's when we stopped there.
Okay.
So do you remember our big old biscuit? The biscuit?
Yeah, your big old, yeah.
That was there at the Alto Cafe.
Okay,
the biscuit, the big old biscuit.
I do remember
the picture of the biscuit. Matter of fact, didn't that biscuit pop up on a picture like just a month or so ago?
Well, I was going to say it lived in between you and I for a good solid month. On that split screen.
Yeah, it was there. So
home of the big old biscuit.
So the big old biscuit will be back. And just seeing things and making, just like, oh man, we lost it. Just saw that. I was like, good. Yes, a victory amongst amongst the ashes here.
Yes.
Today. So I was so happy to see that. So and hopefully we'll see more and more of those. To be honest, I think, and from reports I'm getting, Ruidoso, the town proper is fine.
Yeah.
The
fire. It skirted about a half mile, I think, south east of Into the Mountain Gods, and kind of swept around the other way.
Alto is different.
Yeah.
That's some of those, like where the cafe is, the Swiss Chalet, that area is, and that's part of that the larger fire here. That's that, and so that area, unfortunately, I haven't heard statuses of the country club or some of if they've lost structures or anything like that. I haven't heard one way or another on that. Hopefully, no. But
Right.
Gavilan Canyon, that area, and that was an area where Kim's parents, they've literally lived in every portion. This is, I think I've told this story. One day years ago, and it had to have been updated. We have to update it because there's been a few residents in there, but her folks, my wife's folks, moved a lot in Ruidoso when they were growing up, and so one day they took me on a tour of 20 some houses over the years that they've lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, y'all should have took me on a tour in houses you've not been in. It would have been a shorter tour.
Would have been taking a lot less time.
But now I look back and after those tours, I'm like, oh, they lived over here, and then that player's gone, and this place is still there. And so it's just, Alto, there's a lot of that. Thank God, fortunately, you're not seeing that so much in Ruidoso proper. It's more in the Alto, that area, and some of that by the Downs, Now, what's smoke impact damage and all that, who knows? But as far as structure still there, looks like most everything in Ruidoso proper is still there. So that's a good thing.
I know it sucks to see all the bad that's come out of this, but there are little twinges of hilarity. There was a picture, it was a still from the downtown Ruidoso webcam.
Okay.
And it just was showing that the town proper, like you said, a lot of the businesses down there are fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a floating logo in the corner, and it just says, it's like Ruidoso, and it said, "You should be here." I don't think we should right now.
Right now, maybe that should come down.
You guys should just change that to, "You should flee here," just for a couple of days.
Well, and not to mention our news this hour started with the governor saying, "Don't go to Ruidoso." Yeah. So, yeah, but like I said, we'll keep you updated as things go on and as we get stuff. Keep checking our social media. That's where a lot of the resources we get, we're sharing quick. I had mentioned at the bottom of last hour, I'll mention again, we did get a call last hour from ENMUR saying the college campus still has 100 cots and they're serving breakfast and dinner. So if there's people listening that need resources, ENMUR does have 100 cots right now available. I know you're hitting reports here and there. They're full, this full.
Right.
This came directly from ENMUR about a half hour ago calling to us.
And we're trying our best, as people call us, we're trying our best to relay the information.
Yeah.
I will say, and I saw this, Carrie posted this on Facebook, the best up-to-minute resource available is 211.
Yeah, that's something that, and I should be better at mentioning. 211 is a great resource, and we talk about, often when we have the health council on, that it's non-emergency.
Right.
If you have medical emergencies, 911 is your way to go. But if you're looking for resources, especially health resources or fire resources right now, 211 is a great place. They can get you their information. They have people. Again, it's a non-emergency number, so maybe don't call it at 2 a.m. And if you've got emergency situations, let emergency personnel handle that. But if you've got questions on looking for resources, need amenities, things like that, 211, which is good for everybody. And there's 211s in your local area, but if you're here displaced, please call our 211. Our Roswell local resources are ready to help you navigate and do whatever we need to do to get you taken care of.
And this whole situation is like Carrie was saying, it's been changing minute by minute. At one point, this was the drop off for all the resources, but they got a little overcrowded, so we've moved it. According to the post I just read, the 2 designated drop offs, and again, this could very much change. We're not trying to spread disinformation.
Sure.
The current 2 designated drop-offs are the Gonzales Hope Center and the National Guard Armory.
Yep.
So.
Yep, absolutely. And like we said, don't forget the Salvation Army. They're collecting resources. Again, go to our Facebook on how to do that. They've got a link if you want to donate money. There's a text. Ruidoso, you can text, and I think it's 51555.
51555.
I'm doing off the top of my head, but look at our Facebook for sure. And you can text and donate money directly to their Salvation Army that way if you want to do a quick quick way to get funds to them, which they will put to work here for the fires in New Mexico right away.
Yep.
So that's what we got for the latest right now.
Yes, sir.
We're going to play our interview that Sean had with Chaves County Manager Bill Williams on Monday.
Be honest. You were scrolling through all of my interviews last week, and you're like, that's the only one that's over 30. I tried so hard. I kept looking at my timer, at my times on my interviews, and I thought I had a pretty decent-sized interview, and I was looking, it's like 18 minutes? God, Mike, you are a windbag.
I am a windbag. I don't do it on purpose. Like, I don't say, I'm going to make a 45-minute interview today.
But it's something I strive to live up to, because I've lived my life. It's like Dominic Toretto from Fast and Furious. I live my life one radio back cell at a time. Working in music radio, my interviews for most of my career were 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is that I grew up on Howard Stern and me comes in, and I'm that. And my favorite part has always been from that show is when he interviews people, particularly non-famous people. People that, and he used to, like, just off the street type guys, like it'd be the janitor in the building. And he would talk to that guy for 30 minutes, and I'm riveted to that conversation. And to me, I'm like, if you can make something as mundane as talking about a guy who cleans toilets for a living into something interesting, then that's an amazing ability.
Exactly.
So that's my mindset when it comes to interviews.
And I applaud. you. And you've had a little bit more training, I will say, because you've been able to live in the world of the long form interview for a little longer. Meanwhile, I dip a toe every now and again,
But then again, brevity can be your friend, and then sometimes it's to my detriment. It's a blessing,
except in the bedroom and in broadcast.
but other aspects, and then some people, and then of course I buck the trends, and people are like, no, in and out, short dist, weather on the sevens, and I fight that.
I'm the product of my former managers.
Yeah, I fight all that because that's, to me, antiquated way of thinking of doing radio.
I agree. So, let the conversation breathe a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's the one thing that radio can do that television can't do. Podcasts can do. Hence the reason you're seeing the influx of and people like Cohen and these other are all going podcasts now because now they can do what they want, how they want, in a form they want, and it's not constricted to the rules of we got to talk 3 minutes and then take a commercial. Radio still has that to a point.
Yes.
That being
but it's
said,
also like a cozy blanket. It's like it's warm, it's safe, it's been here for so long.
Yeah. So that being said, I got to take a commercial.
Yes, we do.
All right, it is 8:16. Let's get you up to date on the weather. Rain is in the forecast, and that's a good thing.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like we've got some rain and cooler temperatures coming up. We'll stay in the mid-90s for the afternoon high. Just a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, and we'll be getting sunshine. Moist air coming in from Texas tonight, and that'll bring us rain and thunderstorms and gusty wind, our low dropping to 70. Maybe a few lingering showers tomorrow morning, rain in the afternoon, and upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 78 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 60%. Winds currently out of the south at 15 miles per hour. We are looking at a 30% chance at some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. They're talking mainly after 3 p.m. today. Expect a high of 96 under sunny skies. Winds will be breezy out of the southeast, 15 to 25 miles per hour today. Tonight, we're looking at a 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 70. Winds will remain breezy out of the southeast, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Winds expected to drop down 10 to 15 after midnight tonight. For you Thursday, we are looking at a 60% chance at showers, mainly for the afternoon. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, high of only 79 degrees. That's going to feel different. Winds will be out of the southeast at around 15 miles per hour. They're expecting anywhere between a tenth and a quarter and an inch of rain for you Thursday tomorrow during the day. Tomorrow night, we are looking at a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with an overnight low of 68 degrees. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at a 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Looks like mostly cloudy for the day. Highs near 85 degrees with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms Friday night. Looks like partly cloudy otherwise with an overnight low of 68 degrees. And then for the weekend, mostly sunny. Expect highs around 92 on Saturday. Sunday, there is a 20% chance at afternoon showers, mostly sunny at 98. And then back into the 100s Monday of next week. 102 on Monday, 105 on Tuesday. Glancing at Ruidoso, just kind of keeping tabs on their weather here with winds and rain. They have good chances of rain today, too. A little breezy, though. That's not good. But they are looking at a 40% chance of showers this afternoon. Of course, the smoke and things, increasing clouds. High of 87, but winds will be out of the southeast. Fortunately, not as windy as here, it looks like, but still 15 to 20 for their afternoon today. That's not good for the fire, but maybe the rain, who knows. 40% chance of rain showers for them tonight as well, too. Looking at winds at around 20 miles per hour, so they're going to be a little breezy, too, tonight. Thursday, they are looking at a 80% chance of rain tomorrow. That's good, but southeast winds 10 to 20, not so good. 70% chance of rain for Thursday night for Ruidoso, 70% for Friday as well. Winds 5 to 15, so that looks like that'll be good there. And then they've got 40% chances Friday night and into Saturday as well, too. So hopefully some of that moisture does help let them get some containment on these fires here and get that managed. That would be a blessing. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview Sean had with Chavez County Manager Bill Williams on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Pull! Shooters, mark your calendars for the H.F. Sinclair 3rd Annual Freedom Clay Shoot, July 12th and 13th at the Eddy County Shooting Range, benefiting the Artesia FFA. Main event is Saturday. Registration at 7 a.m. 1 in 4 participants win prizes, gun boards, raffles, and lunch included. There's an option Friday night light shoot with $40 individual rounds. Details and registration info at artesiachamber.com. Deadline is July 1st. The 3rd Annual H.F. Sinclair Freedom Clay Shoot, July 12th and 13th at the Eddy County Shooting Range.
Are you looking for something fresh? Or are you trying to find that confident smile you once had? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and I would like to invite you to our office to experience a new kind of dentistry. We have the most advanced technology and a highly trained team to provide you the best experience possible. Whether you're looking for a bright new smile or just want to make sure everything checks out for the best, call us today and set up your appointment for your next great experience.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I want to tell you about our store-wide sale happening now. All items in every department are on sale. Upgrade your living space with power reclining sofas and love seats or beautiful sectionals with charging ports. Create ambience with amazing table and floor lamps. Get that long-awaited restful night's sleep with the new Serta mattress. Every department is on sale from our existing prices, so come down to Glenn's Furniture on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Calling all men. June is Men's Health Month, and Artesia General Hospital wants you to step up and take care of your health. Every year, thousands of men in the U.S. die from preventable diseases. Take control of your health today and schedule a visit before something is wrong. Artesia General Hospital has specialists in a variety of men's health disciplines, but your primary care provider is the best place to start. Take your health seriously for yourself and for your loved ones. Visit artesiageneral.com/men's health or call 575-746-3119.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com. The 2024 UFO Festival, Roswell, New Mexico. Explore, engage, and encounter the extraordinary. Check out the Galacticons, celebrity artists, UFOologists, a cosplay costume contest with cash prizes, escape rooms, and the incredible Galactic Water Park and Playground. Music, entertainment, the Roswell Incident, and Downtown Alien Fest. The Roswell UFO Festival, July 5th through the 7th, where the unexpected becomes the unforgettable. Paid for in part by City of Roswell Lodgers Tax.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio on this Wednesday morning, the man who's filling in for Brian Luck, Coach Art Sandoval from the Roswell Independent School District. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good, Sean. How are you, sir?
Oh, doing good. It's been a hectic week. While Mike's off enjoying rum drinks on the seven seas, I'm manning the helm of 2 radio stations. So
yeah,
it's been fun, but plates are still spinning.
Absolutely, So, well, good morning to you, and glad to be here. Brian, superintendent of the Roswell Independent School District, is actually in Santa Fe, and so this is kind of one of the last minute things that asked to fill in for him, and I was happy to do so, and so we'll see what we can do to get this rolling.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to necessarily. We could talk about, because your perspective is a little different. I mean, you're the vice principal. You've overseen a lot more of the student interaction side of things. So
Sure.
your perspective's a little different. Now we're obviously smack dab in the middle of the summertime season, but a big hot button issue with a lot of parents was we're starting August 1st this year.
Yeah,
that's pretty doggone quick.
Yeah, no, it really is, pretty quick. But the requirements, from the state of New Mexico is that they're requiring us to have more days, and I'm to the point of my perspective here is I'm.
And good morning, 16 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Bill Williams, Travis County Manager. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. I got to hand it to you. I mean, it's like the Superman Sean Smalls station.
Well, I appreciate that.
Managing 2 stations, doing all the advertising, do all the phone calls. I've never seen you work so hard as you've been working the last week or so.
And that's why they keep me on the payrolls for this week, because I don't ever work this hard any other time of year. It all comes out right now.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything about that, honestly. I was going to let that go.
You work at sloth level pretty much the rest of the year, and then you turn it into overdrive when Mike takes a break. But I digress. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's almost all over. You've been a busy little beaver, out and about. We were going to have you in on Friday, but you were out of town on Friday.
Yeah, I had to leave town for a little project I've been working on. But
somebody was looking for you. We admitted. We know. You had to lay low for a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. on the lamb.
Yeah. Some guys were coming by looking for him, so he had to kind of disappear for a minute.
So normally we come by, every Friday after the county commission meeting, and our county commission meeting, of course, was a week early this time. Right. So everything just got kind of jumbled.
Sure.
Normally it would have been this Friday that I would have come, but as turned out, it was supposed to be last Friday, and I couldn't come. So now we're on Monday. So
we did the dance. That's how it works. But so commission meeting in the books once again. How did things pan out?
It went really well. So first thing we did is we started out with a proclamation for the primary elections workers. So we decided there should be a primary election workers day to reflect on how much great work all the election workers did in the primary election.
Sure.
And so that was a great thing, good thing, and it was a perfect segue into the canvas of the 2024 primary election.
Okay.
And the canvas, of course, was pretty. Not a whole lot to report there. I mean, sometimes they have a few that they have to count and some things that they have to do. This time was pretty much straightforward. People came in, cast their votes. The votes were counted. The votes were recounted. The votes were recounted. The things that our clerk and her staff do. And they just do an amazing job. And again, like I say, with the election workers, they couldn't do it without all the volunteers that come forward to help run all the different voting places and all. Right. So that was the first thing we did. And that was a fun part. We like it when we can do proclamations and recognize those people in our communities that bring so much to us. So,
the one thing that always gets me about proclamations, if you've ever read proclamations, and I'm not sure if they're different from like the ones that like the mayor sends out. What's the deal with whereas?
Whereas, whereas, and whereas, and therefore,
and therefore, right? I mean, I get the therefore. That's the proclamation part.
Yeah.
But I always love the whereas.
Be it proclaimed, be it further proclaimed. I mean, we've got all this. My English teacher that always told me, you've got too many commas in there. This is a run-on sentence.
Superfluous.
Hey, so what?
Right.
I'm going to be writing proclamations someday.
That's what makes the government work is superfluous writing.
Proclamations and resolutions are full of their ass, their ass, and it's interesting to write them sometimes.
It's just part of the parliamentary procedure of the whole thing.
Yeah,
how do you use the right verbiage?
It's kind of a throwback to honor those who came before us with their ye old English. Ye oldie English.
It's always written on a scroll. That's nice. So the proclamation was given out, and by the way, that needs to be said because it was a messy primary. I mean, there was a lot of talk back and forth, a lot of mudslinging, a lot of candidates, managers getting real ugly with each other. And as I mentioned last week, after the dust settled, we got to work together now.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
even the people who were talking smack got to come together and make it work together.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're fortunate in our community. We usually see pretty eye to eye, and we don't have a whole lot of that. Typically, this time was kind of the exception.
Sure.
And I'm thankful we're past it, and we've got some good people that will be running for in the general election in November. So that's really good. So after, I know we have a lot of ground to cover, and I know you really want to stretch this out as long as we can.
Sure.
Yeah.
The less I got to talk and the more I can kind of rest the pipes, the better. So sing to the rafters, my friend.
I'm used to Mike, so if I'm real quiet, I'm just waiting for you to finish your thought or your thoughts or, So first thing we do in all of our agendas is we lead off with our public hearings. So that's where people have to come in and be either for or against something, that type of thing. So the first one is we had a public comment forum for our ICIP. And as we've discussed in the past, our ICIP is our infrastructure capital improvement plan. It's a 5-year plan of the big projects. They have to meet a certain requirement, have to be long lasting, have to be physical things, can't be a program, for instance, has to be a tangible item. So we try to include the public in that, and so we have a public hearing every year with it. It's an occasional input from the public. People come forward and say, you know what, I think this would be good, or I like that project. What about doing it this way? Usually the public lets us deal with it. So I have to do a real shout out to our staff. Adriana, she's our grant writer. She has to take this from each of our department heads, have to come in and say, okay, I would like to see this, and this happen in the next 5 years. And then you have to prioritize them based on which year. So 2026 to 2030 is the ICIP. And so they say, okay, I would like to see this project as a priority of 3 in 2026, and this project as a priority of 2 in 2029. So they kind of have to really give it a lot of thought, and every year they have to update their amounts because these projects, of course, if they're on a 5-year list, every year they get a little closer. Sometimes that priority is, as I say, comes up as you move forward towards the date when you initially put it in. Want to see this happen in 2029. 2029 comes along. Sometimes other things have come up that are more pressing than those projects, and so it might actually fall back down, and we have a lot of examples of that. One of the things that I put on the ICIP in 2015 was the Cultural Plaza, Chaves County Cultural Plaza.
Okay.
It never really rose to a real high priority, but it was something we wanted to see and wanted to do if the stars ever aligned.
Right.
Well, as it turns out, the stars aligned. Main Street Roswell came forward. They had $2.1 million to do a project like this. And so they came to us and says, hey, do you have a place where we could do something like this? As a matter of fact, we do. And we have a project designed already in our ICIP. Before we can ask for money for something, we have to have it in our infrastructure plan. So we do this every year, and these things, the priority up and down, depending on what's the most important for the county.
Right.
So we asked for input for our 2026, 2030 ICIP, and then we had to prioritize that plan. We also passed a resolution allowing signatories and kind of some boilerplate, stuff that has to happen in the background, but not really real exciting stuff.
The cogs of the system, the machinations.
Yeah, we work sometimes at glacial speeds, but that's because we have to do so many things. We have a lot of T's to cross and a lot of I's to dot to make sure that we do it right. So we came up with our top 5 on our ICIP for next year. The top 5 are the Cooperative Extension Service.
Okay.
We bought a building for them a couple of years ago, well, about a year and a half ago now, and we have plans to completely renovate it. We actually had it on our ICIP last year, and the legislators were kind and gave us about $400,000 or $590,000, I believe, to start the process of innovating or reconstructing. I guess it's essentially a brand new building. We just have to change the layout a little bit.
Repurpose it for it's the needs that we have for the extension office.
Yeah, and so that's a good one. Security upgrades at detention facility. You know, we're always trying to figure out better ways to run that mousetrap, and it's coming along really well. We have a really good staff there: Michael Briscoe, John Crocker, Mr. Fioretta, Mr. McLean. They're all working very diligently to make our detention facility a goal for others to reach. In fact, our detention facility is probably one of the few, if not the only one in the state that is now fully staffed. We had staffing issues, and they have across the U.S., but we had some management that issues that perhaps caused a lot of that. We have new management, and we are essentially fully staffed. I mean, we always vary, 3 or 4, because they come, they go. People like me walk in there, and after they took the job and say, I don't think this is the place for me.
This ain't for me. That's more terrifying than anything else, that so many of the detention facilities here in the state are understaffed.
Most.
That's terrifying.
And it's across the nation. Most of them are understaffed. And we were at a critical level when we got our new management in, and they quickly turned it around. They quickly started training the detention officers so that they feel more in charge. They know how to handle all these situations. They have a training academy. I mean, they've just really done a lot of things. But it's really important that we keep not only our employees, our detention officers, lieutenants, sergeants, whatever, safe, but we also need to keep the detainees safe. I mean, we have an obligation to do that. They're in there for whatever reason, makes no difference, but they deserve to be treated fairly and well. And Mr. Briscoe, our detention administrator, has even improved on their feeding schedule.
Nice.
You know, they had a minimum requirement for calories per day and that kind of thing. He says, well, that's the minimum requirement. That doesn't mean that that's all you have to do for them. So he worked with Summit Foods, our food provider, and made sure that they increased what they get each day. Excellent. You know, he's looking out for everybody, for both sides, and making sure that everyone stay there as comfortable as it can be.
Sure.
Whether you're working there, whether you're staying there.
Yeah, and that's the joke that everybody makes is, well, at least you got 3 hots and a cot. Well, got to make sure that those hots are decent, and that cot is actually provided, not just on space on the floor.
Absolutely. But anyway, we've got security upgrades there. We've found a few. Well, we're always watching for ways to improve the facility, and we found some security. Don't want to really call them breaches, but some things we could do better. And so we've been working on that. We've got a full body scanner now. So if somebody is arrested, and this happens, they'll leave the jail with a laundry list. This is what you need to bring back in. They'll go out, they'll round up whatever they're supposed to bring back in, get themselves rearrested 2 days later, come back in, and then distribute the paraphernalia or whatever that they brought in. And so we now have a full body scanner, and those instances, you'd be amazed what people can hide on or in their bodies.
I've watched plenty of cop dramas over the years. So this is now a full scan versus the old turn and cough method.
Yes.
Or squat and cough method, I guess.
This is, kind of like they have at the airports and stuff. I mean, you can see all the way through a person and find lots of things. And it pretty amazing what all a person can bring in. One person can bring in a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's one of the security upgrades we've done. Let's move on, Sean.
I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's move on. There's just a line from a stand-up comic that just keeps running through my head. Let's move on.
Another one, not a real exciting project, but the courthouse roof. It's ending the end of its life. It's got a 20-year warranty. We put it on our ICIP last year. We did not get any funding for it, but it's going to still have to be done.
Sure.
It's a year older than it was last year when it was a high priority. Those are the projects that we do that aren't real exciting or shiny or anything, but that's one of the reasons the county does not have a real high deferred maintenance on their buildings and stuff. Their buildings are all pretty well kept, and they're constantly looking ahead rather than waiting for something to happen, being reactive rather than proactive, and we try to be proactive. Again, the Cultural Plaza is the number 4 item on our ICIP, and again, that's because we had money come forward. We're not done with the project yet. probably going to be going out for bids. I'm thinking maybe in the next 30 days to actually get it done. So we're ready to start construction. It might be August before we actually go out, but it's coming right up on that.
Would that be something that gets set up like in the city area, or would that be something more out in the county?
No, it's actually downtown. One of the reasons we decided to do this is the city needs downtown bathrooms. When they have large events and stuff, it puts undue burden on the businesses on Main Street to provide bathrooms for all the tourists and
you
people
see those
that come
signs?
through.
I've already started seeing them pop up. No public restrooms.
Right, and can't fault them for that. So we have a vacant lot over behind the parking lot at the courthouse on Virginia Street. So it's Main Street adjacent, but it will actually be large bathrooms, large meeting area. A lot of the events that happen on the courthouse lawn can actually happen back there. Now, when I say public bathrooms, those bathrooms will not be open 24/7 because we don't want them to be
taken advantage of.
And where people that come to visit Roswell are afraid to go over there because it's like a third world country.
These aren't the bathrooms you want. Yeah, no.
So the area will actually be fenced, and during events, like say if we're having the UFO festival or something, then they're opened up. Then they can be utilized by the larger number of tourists that come to town. So that was one of the main criteria for putting it at our ICIP years ago. And finally, all the stars aligned, the funding came up. Main Street Roswell, the Great Blocks program, the state of New Mexico, we're working with the city. We're working, of course, with the county. We're working with the school districts. Main Street, we're all trying to do something that's good for our community. It's on county property. The county's the fiscal agent for it, but we want this to be a community project.
Right.
We've got input from our community to make sure it's the best thing it can be for everybody and not just, a standoff kind of thing. So, but we're a little short on money. They brought $2.1 million to the table to build this. And everything after COVID, if you can even get contractors, we'll go over that here in a minute. We've got several contracts that we did last Thursday. During COVID, people quit working.
Right.
People quit showing up for work. Contractors got to where they couldn't staff things. It's all that they can do. The two or three that actually want to work, they have trouble
Not to
staffing.
mention, everything is so much more expensive. I mean, with inflation and everything,
Exponential.
and when you make a plan, like you had said several years back, you make this plan for this cultural center, and just even in the few years, that it finally comes to fruition, now everything costs 2-3 times more than it was going to at the beginning.
Initially, this project was $700,000 project, and we're at the opinion of probable cost is slightly more than the $2.1 million that we have. So, everything has just gone up tremendously. Some of our other projects. So we did that top 5 capital ICIP projects. So we'll move on past that. We had another public hearing variance. We have setback requirements just like they do in the city. So in the city, I believe there's a 5-foot setback requirement. If you're going to build a garage or something, a house on your property, the neighbors are going to build one on theirs. There's a 5-foot setback, I think, with the city. Now, I may be wrong with the amount, but anyway, they're much closer than they are out in the county. And that's if your house catches on fire, it doesn't catch on the one next door,
Right.
so we don't have the Great Chicago Fire in Roswell. So
Darn Mrs. Brown's cow.
They set those things up for public safety. Well, in the county, we say, well, we've got more room to work with. Most lots are much larger, and also we actually have a larger setback. So we have a 25-foot setback from the property line.
Okay.
And someone placed a manufactured home, and they mismeasured, and so they ended up at 22-something feet. So they were a little bit under the 25 feet.
Gotcha.
The neighbor next door, now he's over 100 feet away. They're 25 feet. Like I say, in town, we're only looking at 10 feet distance between buildings. In the county, we're looking at 50 feet. In this case, it's probably about 150 feet between the two things. So the only choice they had short of tearing down everything, moving it over
20 feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, 2 feet.
2 feet, and rehooking everything back up, which would be it's a shame. It was an accident. They messed up, but they owned it. They acknowledged it. They came in and says, can we get a variance? So instead of being 25 feet, can we be at 21'9" or 22, whatever it was? I don't know the exact measurement. So anyway, that went through pretty easily. And that also had to go through the Planning and Zoning Committee first. And they made a recommendation, yes, this should be approved. They sent it forward to the commissioners. Commissioners heard both sides of the story and said, yeah, let's go ahead and approve this. So
yeah, as long as all parties are okay with it, it seems like it's just a semantical thing.
yeah, it's just, the rules are in place. And there's a reason for that, but there's also times when those rules don't fit every situation.
Sure.
So our commissioners are real good about watching that.
I'm just saying, I know people out in the county have a lot more access to firearms. You don't want to mess those rules up, okay? You impede on my property, I'm gonna go get the shotgun.
So we also, like I say, passed a resolution to go along with the ICIP. We moved that up to that public hearing side so we didn't have to readdress it later on. We also approved an agreement for our monies for DWI programs. So there's an agreement where the state's giving us a certain amount of money. And then we have, I think there's 12 different agreements where we just pass that money through to the different entities that do different things for us in the county pertaining to DWI and those kind of things. Okay. So that's $515,000 we spent on those things. That's Project Graduation, Wings for Life, Aspen, Teens Needing Teens, other contractors that are providing services, La Casa Behavioral Health. It's just a whole litany of people and entities that do really good things for our community. And again, like I say, we apply for grants, we get that money, and we pass it right through to help within our community do those things.
Sure.
Then the reason I'm trying to get through this is because we spent a lot of money last Thursday. Like I say, the $515,000, we're not even going to count that. That's just kind of a pass-through.
Oh, that's the pocket change.
So we spent about $10.9 million.
See, this is where I feel like I need the all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Because you guys are big spenders, all right.
Well, we try to take care of things in the county. We try to take care of the needs that are done. But as we talked a minute ago about the courthouse roof and those things that aren't real exciting, we do those ongoing. We're constantly spending, and that courthouse roof is $530,000. So, I mean, just a roof alone is $500,000. And we have these kind of projects going all the time, not real exciting. Nobody talks about them.
Sure.
The projects that I'm going to talk about now are a little more exciting, a little more, they make the headlines.
All right.
In fact, we had a groundbreaking for the public health department a couple of weeks ago. It was on the front page of the newspaper. Mm-hmm. That project, we awarded the contract to Wade Construction of Roswell for a new public health office, and that was $6.8 million for a new public health office. It'd be a complete rebuild. We brought in the Department of Health at the beginning. We said, what do you guys need? What do you see needing to happen to provide for a building that will provide for you guys for the next 50 years? The building they're in now, I think, was built in 1977.
If you've ever been to the health department, it is, I mean, you really feel like you're walking into the past.
Absolutely. I mean, the halls are narrow. It's winding in and out. The bathroom doors are barely wide enough to walk through. It's very difficult to do accessibility in a building like that isn't designed for it. So years ago, we looked at it and said, well, we're going to have to do something. So do we build a new building? Do we move them to another location, then gut it and rebuild? How do we do this? And as it turns out, we felt like some of the local assistance and tribal consistency funds that we got a couple of years ago, and those were set aside for counties who suffered by programs from the federal government over the past 20 years. Well, we easily were able to point out how Chaves County suffered by some of the decisions that were made in Washington over the last 20 years. So just payment in lieu of taxes and secure rural schools payments that we normally get from the federal government to make up for the lands that are not on our tax rolls because they have something there,
right,
or they have nothing there in a lot of cases, but they still need to help us with the cost of the county.
Sure.
But they can never depend on those. Sometimes they fund them, sometimes they don't. And so what happens? The taxpayers end up having to foot the bill for the federal government. And I also have another thing at the end of this, if we get there, want to talk about that. But anyway, $6.8 million for public health department.
So did we decide to keep it on the same spot, or?
No, it's actually a new location. It's essentially, not exactly, but it's essentially at the corner of Garden and Hobbs near Pecos Elementary School.
Okay.
It's actually a little bit north of the intersection, but it's a brand new wide open spot. They came in and said, our ideal health department have this would be laid out this way. And we said, as long as you stay within the square footage requirements that we establish, that we'll give you anything and everything that you want.
So now it's all about feng shui
and
space.
it is an amazing use of space. It's not a whole lot larger than the existing space, but the existing space, as you brought up, is not well laid out. It's just a hodgepodge of weird shaped rooms and halls and all this stuff. The new building, much more contemporary design.
Very nice,
It's very nice looking building. It's going to really improve the neighborhood. It's a nice addition to our community.
Awesome.
So another thing that we did, another agreement that we did, was for the Pecos Valley Regional Communication Center. So we have at the Chaves County building, we have a small area set aside for dispatch, which they deal with the city of Roswell, police and fire, county
EMTs.
sheriff, EMTs. Everybody is dispatched through that one office. It's about 900 square feet where they have all their consoles and everything.
Wow.
And, when we built the Chaves County building 22 years ago, consolidated dispatch was not a thing at the time.
Right.
Everyone had their own. We worked with the city of Roswell. We came up with a joint powers agreement. We have our dispatch. It's housed in the city or in the county building. It's not a very large area. They've grown. Their responsibilities have grown, and we felt a need to provide them a better space.
Absolutely.
So the Chaves County building has what we call Area D, which is it was an ad alternate that was put on the building. So the main part of the building that houses the assessor, the treasurer, the sheriff, everybody, there's like you step out the door and right back into another area, and there's a whole another piece of the building. When they built the building, they built that ad alternate so that they could remodel the Chaves County courthouse because they knew it had to be remodeled. There would be no place to have courts. And so they planned ahead. They said, we'll temporarily use this for courts, and we'll temporarily use this for courts. We have some other property nearby that the judges can use for their offices, their chambers. And so anyway, after the courthouse was remodeled, then they moved back into the courthouse, which left this end of the building vacant. But there were no bathrooms or anything down there, so it was hard to use for much more than storage. It was a glorified storage area. So we started working on how do we make this a good part of the building. So over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been doing what we could as we went along. And again, like I say, these are some of these projects that you don't really realize the county's doing, but we spent $500,000 or so probably upgrading that end of the building.
Right.
So we have a new public entrance with automatic doors.
Oh, nice.
We have new public bathrooms in there that are, nice bathrooms. We currently use it for the voting area, but there's a section of that part of the building that we are going to utilize for Pecos Valley Dispatch. So it's about 4 times the amount of space that they have now. So it should last them, we hope, for another 20, 30 years.
Sure.
The price tag on that, $2.5 million. So we had a contractor from out of town that wanted that project, and they were unable to fulfill all the requirements needed to move forward with it. So we had to pull that back and went out again and requested from the people that had bid on it before and others. We sent letters that please bid on this, please bid on this, please bid on this to 4 different entities. We got 1 bid back.
Wow.
And that was from Wade Construction. So that's $2.5 million for the renovations that are needed there to house Pecos Valley Dispatch. And that particular project's heavy on electrical kind of stuff, communications. Because the building's there, it's solid, it's good. It just needs to be refit for the kind of work you guys do.
For the use case that would be doing. And that's something crazy to think about. It's we own the space, we own the property, we own the building, but it's still such an undertaking to set up everything with the electrical, to set up the spacing. That it's that big of an undertaking at $2.1 million, even when we still own the property. That's significant.
Right. And that's true. And part of it is because post-COVID, prices have gone up exponentially. This one, like I say, being a complicated electrical-centric project, those technicians make a little more money for what they do. So $2.5 million there. We also have $1 million construction project for East Pine Lodge Road. As everyone knows, the de facto truck route around Roswell is you turn on Red Bridge Road, go down to Pine Lodge, come back out on Main Street.
Yep.
And that's been working okay, but that road was never designed for, 100 semis an hour, probably.
Oh, you don't say.
So you ever been run off the road out there?
Oh, my God, so many times.
So So one of the problems that we're going to have with that is we have to shut the road down because it is a de facto truck route, because of the volume of traffic, because of the damage it's done to the road. We have no alternative but to shut that down, completely redo what we can, and we're limited by the width of the right-of-way. So the right-of-way is not wide. We have to do the best that we can within the footprint of what's there. But we can't do it with trucks zooming by at 60 miles an hour if we're lucky.
That's going to require some serious diversion. And
yes, and we've already started meeting with the City of Roswell. How are we going to assure that the traffic goes around properly? And they pointed out that the actual truck bypass in Roswell is you're supposed to come to Atkinson Street, go up Atkinson to College, I believe it is, and come back out on Main. Not ideal. It'd be better if someday we can go ahead and get an east side bypass as we did on the west side. But for now, that's the route. People have found that Red Bridge and Pine Lodge is also a route. So we're going to have to do all that, but that's $1 million there.
Sure.
We also have a little renovation to what we call St. Mary's Complex, and that's for our COG, our Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District. They help us with a lot of projects. They help us with our CDBG, with our outreach to the legislators when we need funding, and they would like a larger conference room. So $366,000 there.
Sure.
Also, for the Chaves County Cultural Plaza, we were awarded some money on a junior bill, and you only have until June 30th to spend that, not to just tie it up and say, I've got a purchase order here for 5%.
The money's planned out. No, it's got to actually.
You have to fully expend all of the funds prior to the reversion date.
So it's
June
a real
30th.
Brewster's Millions situation going on.
So in September, we probably got the actual contract from them. We can't spend it till we have it. So monies came in September, was approved last February. Monies came in September. We had to quickly figure out how we're going to spend all this money. So one thing, we took the design that Main Street Roswell had for the Cultural Plaza, and it was just a schematic design, just a basic design. It wasn't completely built out, didn't have all the electrical, the plumbing, the grading requirements.
Right.
So we went to an architect, said, we need this design done quickly. They already had their design. Let's build it out for this particular spot. They were able to get that done. So we're able to pay for that, but that also left us with some money.
Sure.
So as I said, one of the main components of the Cultural Plaza was to have outdoor bathrooms for Main Street. And we didn't want just a one-holer. We wanted nice bathrooms. And so the bathrooms that were designed for the Cultural Plaza are 3 men's, 3 women's.
Okay.
On each side, plus the lobby area, probably not a good term, but whatever it is, where you wash your hands.
Sure.
And I don't guess you stop there to meet and greet. Lobby may not be.
That is where conversation is allowed to start and stop. If you take it to the urinal, buddy, you've gone too far.
You've gone too far.
But if we're washing hands, then you can talk about the weather. Small talk.
That's about it.
We don't get deep.
How you doing?
Exactly.
Good. Okay.
Hot out there, isn't it? Yep. Well.
Okay.
See you later.
So anyway, we as a part of the design, there's a prefabricated bathroom. So it's 3 on each side, plus all the necessary water heater and all the hookups and all that.
Sure.
So we purchased that for $213,000, or got approval to get it ordered, get it purchased. And another little wrinkle in that was that they had a price increase scheduled for last Friday. And we said, we can't place the order, or I think it was the Friday before. We can't place the order without getting permission from the commissioners. We've got the money, we're ready to go, we know the design, we know the model number, but we can't place this order till we get permission. Right. And they held it open for us rather than going up on their, because it's going to be built in the future. They won't actually build it probably for 3 months.
Right.
So the cost is really no different for them to do it this week or next week. It's just the markup change. So they were gracious enough to work with us on that. But anyway, all those projects that are happening at the county were $10.9 million. Wow. So, there are things going on in the county besides the things that you don't see, the millions of dollars that are replacing roofs and keeping our buildings in good condition so that we don't have a maintenance backlog. So
I like the planning ahead so that we don't have just half the roof collapse in on us, and then we address the problem.
That's not a good way to work. So if we have a few more minutes, I have a few more topics, but you tell me when.
We can go for a few more.
You're out of here.
You got time, no problem.
So that's kind of the way we did with our agreements and everything. Along with that, we had some other housekeeping we had to do. We had a resolution approving the county commission agreed to pick up the public employees' retirement increases. So they had a 0.5% increase. There was a percentage increase on the employees themselves, but then they split that up. And so the employer has to pay a portion, the employee has to pay a portion. Right. And Chaves County for the last 10 years, every time this kind of thing comes up, every time there's a increase on health care, anytime there's an increase on para, they pick it up for their employees. It's a really good place to work for. Our commissioners really care about the staff and all the work that they do. And kind of going back to this $11 million, there's a lot of people that do a lot of hard work to spend that money to get things done. We've got Anna, our procurement specialist.
Sure.
She has to get all those specifications in place. She has to advertise it appropriately, legally, has to go through all the detailed reports that come back in and say, did you do this? Did you do this? Or did you miss something? She has to do all that. Alex, our public service director, has to help her build all the specifications. He has to review the contracts when they come in, or the proposed contracts. Mm-hmm. When the contract is signed and the agreement's done, he has to make sure that the project's being done appropriately, that salaries are being paid.
Wildfires have claimed the life of one person in New Mexico and forced the evacuation of thousands of residents in the southern part of the state. On KOAT last night, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham said fire crews there are facing a big challenge.
20,000 plus acres, 0% containment.
Moist air from the Gulf of Mexico could be bringing some relief, though, to those firefighters. Meanwhile, new wildfires are spreading in California. One's located east of San Francisco. There's another new blaze in the northern Central Valley. While much of the U.S. remains in the grip of a heat wave, southern Texas is now bracing for a tropical storm. Here's Larry Kelly. He's with the National Hurricane Center.
A lot of heavy rain is forecast for southern Texas, everywhere from Corpus Christi, Brownsville, and westward towards San Antonio. The Weather Prediction Center does have a risk of flash flooding over those areas today and tomorrow.
One of America's most conservative congressmen is locked in a tight battle right now against an opponent endorsed by Donald Trump. It's in Virginia's primary election. Representative Bob Good, who chairs the House Freedom Caucus, is seeking a third term, but State Senator John McGuire has mounted a strong challenge. And as of this morning, that race is too close to call. Baseball has lost a giant. Hall of Famer Willie Mays, dead at the age of 93. He was one of the game's greatest and most beloved players. His over-the-shoulder catch of a long drive in the 1954 World Series is one of baseball's most celebrated moments. No trading on Wall Street today. Stock markets in the U.S. closed in observance of Juneteenth. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Running a business is tough.
President Biden
Operational
raises
demands change
cash at the
fast,
home of
and
a
keeping up
former
can feel
Virginia governor, while Donald Trump reassures Wisconsin supporters.
President Biden's at his Delaware Beach house today after announcing his administration will soften the application process for thousands of immigrant spouses of U.S. citizens. He attended a fundraiser Tuesday night in McLean, Virginia. He called Donald Trump a convicted felon and says his likely opponent is waging an assault on the U.S. legal system. Meanwhile, Donald Trump held a rally in Racine, Wisconsin, where he praised Milwaukee just weeks before before it hosts the Republican National Convention.
I love Milwaukee. I was the one that picked Milwaukee.
He reportedly used the word horrible talking about the city during a closed-door meeting. Allies say he was talking about crime and voter fraud. I'm Jennifer King.
Hundreds of people died during this year's Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia as Muslims faced intense heat at Islamic holy sites in the Desert Kingdom. Saudi Arabia has not commented on the death toll. News and analysis at townhall.com. McDonald's is putting a stop to its AI-powered drive-thru.
The experiment behind the fast food giant's current automated order taker will soon be coming to a close. McDonald's confirmed it's decided to end a global partnership with IBM, which has been testing this artificial intelligence technology at select McDonald's drive-thrus since 2021. While the IBM partnership for McDonald's current automated order taker is winding down, the Chicago-based company seemed to suggest it wasn't ruling out any other AI-related drive-thru plans down the road.
Correspondent Jeremy House reports that scores of other fast food chains have also begun exploring the implementation of AI in their drive-thru lanes. Chipmaker NVIDIA reaches another milestone, becoming the most valuable company in the S&P 500. Investors now value the company at over $3.3 trillion. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're, by the way, if you're looking to go to a bank or expecting mail in your mailbox in the post office,
yep.
Neither one of those things will happen.
Not gonna happen.
However, I did read that UPS and FedEx are delivering today. So if you do get a FedEx package or UPS, or, I don't know about what's the other one? The yellow?
DHL?
Yeah, that one. I don't know about that.
There. You want to turn her on?
Oh, yeah.
That's why my packages said they're going to be delivered to.
Yeah. So if it's not USPS, then it may come today.
There is an element of true irony in that this is a federal holiday in which no mail will be delivered, and it's completely predicated on the fact that a letter was delivered. Like Juneteenth, the only reason we celebrate Juneteenth is this is when the note was finally delivered to the last folks who were let know
the war's over.
The war's over. Slavery has been defeated.
Yeah.
And we celebrate with no mail. I mean, there's an element of irony to it that's just, it's palpable, you know?
There is. I didn't look at it that way.
And well, Labor Day, we all take the day off to not work.
That is true.
I mean, there's irony in everything we do.
Boy, Juneteenth would have been a lot different if we had, email back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine it would have been quicker. Because their version of email back in the day was the telegraph.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing they tear down during war? Telegraph line. So, communication was spotty at best. You found out in the newspaper a month later. Sometimes that was kind of how it worked.
If you were lucky to get that issue.
Yeah, exactly. So, but part of me in my head. Kind of wishes information still traveled slower. Like, it almost is too fast now.
It really is.
Because now we're in the world of information's out there, but it may be not quite accurate. You know what I mean? We've gone from getting it right to getting it quick. And when the fact that getting it quick has sacrificed the getting it right part a little bit.
It has, it has. Which means, there's a layer of and a level of discernment that we have to have in order to, just figure out which is the who and which isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my cue.
So you're fine. Just hang there for a minute.
Okay.
We'll do our thing here. So, just as far as latest the fire updates, I think I saw a thing saying that they're now added about another 1,000 acres of burned area to one of the fires there.
I think 16,000 is last I saw. Let me see.
Yeah, I think last night they were reporting about 1,500. I think they're up or 15,000. Yeah, so it's gone up a bit here. So
just closed.
So it's gotten bigger. Same amount of structures. They were still talking about 1,400 structures lost so far.
The South Fork right now is at 16,335, still 0% contained.
Okay, that's gone up about 1,000 since last night.
Mike joined us this morning.
Oh, great, from Capitan.
He lives in Capitan, but he's down here at Walmart.
Oh, excellent! I knew he was coming off the mountain today to go take care of some things. Yeah. Fortunately for him and his family, their area is safe. They don't have much of supplies and cell phone or data services or anything. But
he's got to go to Carrizosa.
Yes, but he was saying I did see a thing saying that most of the grocery stores and stuff in the Capitan, that area are pretty wiped out.
Yeah,
right now.
Well, there's one left, and
I say grocery store
empty.
Grocery store. I should change that.
And they got a fuel truck. They got a fuel truck to the Hondo that also. But again, that's only last
exactly.
So long.
But I know lots of churches here in town. I just saw Grace Community Church. They were saying that they've got hookups for RVs and things. They're doing pizza night tonight and Friday night from 5 to 7. A couple other many churches are offering meals and things. We've shared a bunch of them on our social media.
I believe Walmart just gave $10,000 to Church on the Moon because they got all the people there. Or Sam's Club.
Yeah, Church on the Moon's been housing people and feeding folks both at their facility, their main church there, and at the Dream Center. The Encanto Center is also a rally point there. The Hope Gonzalez Center is a drop-off location if you want to drop off supplies, food, things like that, water to hygiene supplies, that kind of stuff. Salvation Army is they're fully going. They are looking for donations. Matter of fact, if you want to help out monetarily, you can do so in a couple ways. You can text Riadoso. Hold on, let me get this right before I just start talking. Where is it at on here? My apologies. I'm digging on the letter here. If you please designate, like if you want to, for those wishing to donate monetarily, you can go text Riadoso, Ruidoso, to 51555. That's the Salvation Army's text line. If you want to donate, I believe I think it's like $10, or I'm not sure. It doesn't say the amount you donate when you do that here. But you can donate direct through that text. Again, text Riadoso to 51555. Those who want to donate by check can mail the checks to the Salvation Army Corps Community Center. Attention Roswell Fire Relief, P.O. Box 897 here in Roswell, 88202. You can also, they're also accepting items for donation, which you can drop off at their facility here from 8 to 6 p.m. daily at the Roswell Armory, which is at 1 West Earl Cummings Loop near here in Roswell. They're accepting personal hygiene items, baby items, linens and blankets, socks and underwear, bottled water and sports drinks, non-perishable snack items, toilet paper and paper towels, cleaning supplies, toys and games too, believe it or not, for the kids and all that. That boredom is something that becomes a problem when you're sitting in places, and so things like checkers and chess and card games can can do a lot to the mental health for some of these folks to pass time and things like that. So don't underestimate the power of a deck of cards. The following items they can't accept, which makes sense for most of these. Used items of any kind, so don't be bringing used items there. Household items, appliances, furniture, and prepared meals. I know there's some churches and other organizations that are accepting if you make prepared meals and things. Unfortunately, the Salvation Army cannot accept them as their items go directly to their EDS, their emergency disaster services. That they, organizations like the Salvation Army, when these things happen, they've got plans and they, let's go to operation this, and then they've got a set of list of things they do and how they do it, and so they're in the midst of their emergency disaster services set up right now, and so all these items you donate will go directly there for that. So if you're looking for some place and you're thinking, well, I want to make sure it goes to the people directly here, the Salvation Army's collect those items. It will go directly to victims of these fires here. So that's a great way to help out if you're not sure where to turn. I would advise that you work directly with organizations either through the city or the county or various organized groups when it comes to terms of getting resources to Ruidoso. I know some people are just loading up trailers and going, and I'm hearing some mixed reports on some people are getting through, others are not. So my suggestion is try to coordinate. I know, like the Sheriff's Department last night, they put a rally together where they sent a bunch of supplies through the Sheriff's Department, and they had, I think,
last I heard there was a 25-mile roadblock.
Yeah, well, they had, I think, Sheriff's Department from our leading the way, hence
might get through.
They have a little bit of more pull to get through than you and I have. So use those resources as much as
the sheriff
possible.
Can override the governor. So.
Yeah, they can, and when you got law enforcement with them, that kind of makes it. Now that not that they're just trying to coordinate and help, and please don't get discouraged for folks that are trying. Keep trying, but you might want to try to set up something here through some other sources.
There's a lot of, basically, for lack of a better term, refugees here in town right now,
and they're needing help.
So, everybody in town, all the nonprofits are trying to help out.
Absolutely, and so we've got boots on the ground at, like, I know Walmart parking lot. There's a lot of people that are kind of made that a mecca too, and so people are hooking up. I know the Food's Not Bombs folks have been there the last couple nights, and will continue passing out food and hygiene items and helping out where they can. So you can donate directly through them and drop off stuff at the Hope Center if you want to help out that way. There's lots of resources. Grace Community Church is doing some stuff. I know they're offering up their parking lot and things. I got a message from the college about an hour ago, so it's about an hour old, this information. But the ENMUR college campus still has 100 cots, and they are serving breakfast and dinner for folks out there. So that was about an hour ago. I got a call directly from them saying they had about 100 cots. I don't know if that number's changed.
A lot of people are out at the state fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds. That's probably, if you're dealing with livestock and that kind of thing, that's the best place to head, because I think they still have room, but even if they don't, they are working with the ranches and the people that have nearby places that, okay, well, we're full here, but we can take them here. I know we're even offshooting into the Eddy and Lee County Fairgrounds for some of this kind of stuff. So the livestock and that's, if you're having those issues, my suggestion is head to the fairgrounds. That is where they seem to have the most success in finding homes and places for animals to settle this, to wait this sucker out here. So that's what we're at. Just keep praying for the rain. Well, good news is that there's a lot of rain in the forecast next couple days, hopefully. But we do have to worry. They do have a flood watch tonight, which
fires and floods, they go together.
Adding more on top of that full plate of issues to deal with. That could be a problem as well too. So we got to balance that rain to do it to help contain the fire, but at the same time create more flooding and other issues like that. So rain dances, praying, cross fingers, whatever you do to help that kind of stuff, please throw that into all the other efforts you're doing today. We do have the folks from for our American Legion Post 61 family joining us this morning. There is a state convention in Roswell this week. Despite everything else.
Thing.
Despite everything else going on. So, and that is a go. So we're going to give updates and talk as much as we can about that. As we're going to be doing that, navigating that on top of all the other stuff going on around this part of the state this morning. So we'll get that update from our American Legion folks and talk more American Legion biz here in just a bit. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get everyone up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like we've got some rain and cooler temperatures coming up. We'll stay in the mid-90s for the afternoon high. Just a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, and we'll be getting sunshine. Moist air coming in from Texas tonight, and that'll bring us rain and thunderstorms and gusty wind. Our low dropping to 70. Maybe a few lingering showers tomorrow morning, rain in the afternoon, and upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 80 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 58%. Winds currently out of the south at 15 miles per hour. We are looking at a 30% chance at some scattered showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. today. Sunny and not over 100. That's good. 96 are high today. Winds will be breezy. I don't like the winds right now, especially with the fire situation. Southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Expect an overnight low of 70 under mostly cloudy skies. Winds will remain breezy out of the southeast, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. They do expect winds dropping down 10 to 15 after midnight tonight. For your Thursday, here in Roswell, we're looking at looks like a 60% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy. 79s are high tomorrow. So I am kind of digging that. 79 are high tomorrow. Southeast winds around 15 miles per hour. They're expecting anywhere between a tenth and a quarter of an inch of rain for us on Thursday. Thursday night, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy, 68 for an overnight low with southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at a 50% chance of showers pretty much throughout the day. Looks like mostly cloudy otherwise. Highs back into the mid-80s, 85, which is still pretty pleasant for us. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain Friday night as well. Expect partly cloudy skies, 68 for a low overnight otherwise. And then just glancing at the weekend, mostly sunny, 92 for Saturday. They have thrown in a 20% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. Otherwise sunny and 98. And then back to the 1-aughts Monday and Tuesday, 102, 105 Monday and Tuesday of next week. Just real quick glancing at Ruidoso. They do have a flash flood watch that's going to take effect at 3 p.m. this afternoon, and that will remain in effect through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. They are looking at a 40% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Of course, areas of smoke, 87 the high today. Winds 15 to 20, so that's not good. 40% chance of showers tonight. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 57. Winds are still going to be blowing out of the southeast around 20 miles per hour. Not good. So maybe the rain will help with that. Who knows? Thursday, they are looking at an 80% chance of rain, mainly for the afternoon, with southeast winds 10 to 20. A 70% chance at rain Thursday night. A 70% chance of rain on Friday. 71 with southeast winds 5 to 15. So 40% Friday night, a 40% on Saturday, 20% on Saturday night, 40% Sunday. So hopefully between those rain chances, that wind will tape down and they can start getting control and containment number percentages on this fire. Well, hopefully with the help of some of that rain, as long as it doesn't come too much at once and those burn scars turn into rivers. Yeah, mudslides and everything else. So, all right, 9:22. We're going to take about a 3.5-minute break, and then we're going to talk American Legion Post 61 and the convention and all that good stuff next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Is your old car, truck, or SUV on life support?
Clear.
With new management and a whole new attitude, Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle fast, fun, and easy. Upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease? Roswell Ford wants to get you released even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Right now, get huge savings with rates as low as 0% for 66 months and no payments until Labor Day. Plus, we have a great selection of low-mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Don't settle for a low-quality, overpriced clunker. Buy a quality pre-owned vehicle from Roswell Ford for a lot less. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. We've partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. $15.15 per thousand finance on select new Ford models with approved credit.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to announce that our geraniums are ready. So now the great debate begins. Are they pink or are they raspberry sorbet? Are they orange or are they Caribbean coral? Well, whatever you call them, they're the prettiest geraniums anywhere. We raise them in our own greenhouse, then send them home with you to brighten up the world. So come get yours now while the selection is best. Don't worry about the silly names.
I heard that.
Yes, dear. Coming, dear. Right away, dear. Of course, you're right.
With summer here, it's cool to be at the Cow. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop is your authorized Brothers Sewing Machine dealer for Southeast New Mexico, and they're all on sale right now at the Calico Cow. New fabric styles for summer are here, and holiday and Christmas fabrics are arriving daily. If you're still stitched to your own machine and you just want a tune-up, call for in-house maintenance 575-639-2586. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the Cow.
A good night's sleep is so important, and issues like sleep apnea make falling asleep and staying asleep nearly impossible, but we can help. I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. With the help of a simple oral appliance, your sleepless nights could be a thing of the past. But don't take my word for it, just ask Lainey.
My name is Lainey Smith. I wasn't surprised when I found out I had sleep apnea simply because I had a horrible sleep pattern. I attempted to use the machine and it drove me nuts and I could not sleep with it. And then that's when Dr. Ager told me about the oral appliance. I would suspect I've been using it for 2 years now. In all of that time, I've had less than 10 poor nights of sleep. It's a complete game changer. I feel a lot better because I sleep.
This simple appliance can change your life. Call us today to set up your appointment so you can finally get the good night's sleep you need.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Your favorite time of year is here. Time to get the pool ready. And Mays Lumber in Roswell is your BioGuard headquarters. They have regular chlorine, including pool generators, and Soft Swim by BioGuard for your non-chlorine products. Prepare and maintain your pool for summer the right way for a full season of smiles instead of headaches. Get your pool ready for summer with Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 26 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from our American Legion Post 61 family, Commander Lee and Auxiliary President Jen back with us. My wife's here too.
Hola. Good morning.
As a member.
Good morning.
Good morning. She's just eating food in front of us just to tease us, but I'm just kidding.
Breakfast. Having a late breakfast.
And it's junk food behind that.
Well, junk food is my life. That's the reason I go to so many doctors. But anyway.
Well, I tell you, Mike, I quit eating junk food for the most part, and I've lost over 100 pounds.
Oh, I've lost weight too and stuff.
I have too.
But I still say hi to cheeseburgers every now and then.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good cheeseburger.
I don't like the flavor of hamburger anymore.
I wish I had that problem. I love it too much. That's my problem.
Well, anyway, to divert from the current crises.
Yes, we had a lot of stuff with the fire and things, but
American Legion is hosting all of your fellow veterans here in town this week, albeit it's going to be a fun weekend. Starting Thursday, we were supposed to have a bowling tournament starting 10 o'clock on Thursday, but it doesn't look like we're going to have enough bowlers to do it.
They're not enough folks in town quite yet. I think some plans have changed.
Well, yeah, some plans have changed, and we have to have, according to the bowling alley, which is something we just found out like yesterday, if we don't have 30 bowlers, they won't even open the place for us.
Okay.
And at last count, we had 14. So I put out a call to the state, and hopefully, folks will call me and say, yeah, I'll be there, and I want to.
I'll bring a friend. We got a bowling room. So.
But to the moment, nobody's called me, nobody's emailed me, nothing. So, and we got to give them an answer by noon. But Friday opening ceremonies, they start about 10:30. If you're a veteran and you belong to the American Legion, you may join for $15. You can,
if you don't belong,
the whole weekend. It's for the whole weekend. We will have people from the Veterans Affairs there. We will have Department Service Officers. We will have Veteran Service Officers, all kinds of folks in town help you with your benefits. They can talk intelligently about getting your taxes lowered. All kinds of things will be available to veterans at the Clarion Hotel this weekend.
Absolutely, and
last we heard, the Healing America's Heroes was going to come down and do a talk as well.
Yeah,
but with the fires, we'll see how that
they
goes.
might their plans might have
they
to
may
be
have to stay
altered a
with
bit.
all their horses and things.
Understood.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they might have bigger priorities at the moment.
Yeah,
so
we'll see.
About every veteran and their grandmother is going to be here for the weekend. And
But we love to have veterans come be a part of it locally here. Love come and walk and share and meet some of our veterans. Like I said, we're going to have Legionnaires from the entire state of New Mexico coming.
From American Legion Post 61's on the hot seat, being the host.
Yeah, and I say Legionnaires, it's also auxiliary, our sons.
Right. Oh, yes.
A few riders, I imagine, will be more coming into
Well,
town, too.
I didn't have very many people registered as riders. I guess they're having their own shindig.
Okay,
but there
but-
will be some riders here.
Good.
At least 5 that
But
I'm aware of.
The strongest of the American Legion will be here. New Mexico's American Legion will be in town starting tomorrow.
Yeah, state elections are on Sunday, so the entire leadership will be up for grabs this weekend. I myself am stepping down of Area 4, which is the Southwest.
Don't worry, he's picking up like 3 other hats. So
well,
he puts one down. 3 more.
I'm dropping this one. My area is basically from Logan to Lovington to Eunice to Hobbs, Roswell, this whole area. And
Carlsbad.
there's a guy from Clovis who's going to take my job. His name is Dale Movius, and he's going to be the Area 4 rep.
Well, it's always good to have more people involved and more. That's a good thing.
It
to
is.
Have, I'm sure you want less titles.
At the moment, we think we know who the state commander is going to be, but of course, as always with any type of organization of this type, people can run from the floor. So
Absolutely, you gotta. That's why that's what I say. That's why you play the games. This is why you have the elections.
Yep.
So that's what's going to happen. But yeah, a lot of the business of a Legion will be taking place. But for those that don't necessarily participate or know about that kind of stuff, there's going to be a lot of things like you said, seminars and things for veterans. If you're interested in becoming a Legionnaire, there's going to be lots of opportunities. Our Post 61 family, and there'll be other posts. and
Most
stuff
everyone
too.
will have an application and some knowledge.
Absolutely.
So just ask.
If you'd like to support our various things, there's going to be opportunities to buy baskets and gift, packages, like raffle.
You can actually win money and stuff.
Win
too.
cash and prizes and stuff. Yeah.
But on a serious note, any money donated to us, if you were to designate it for disaster relief, we would make sure it gets into local people
Absolutely.
here in town.
Well, and if you don't earmark, if you make donations to American Legion right now and don't earmark it for anything, I can tell you exactly where it's going to go. It's going to be on our new facility on 2nd Street.
That's
You're
right,
seeing
yeah.
that's being under construction and renovated as we speak.
Which we need money for.
Absolutely.
So.
That's in case y'all haven't tried to renovate and purchase and manage real estate, it's not cheap. And
our new home is going to be 605 East 2nd Street, and has nothing to do with American Legion Post 28. They're remaining on Montana.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, and
there are 2 American Legion posts in Roswell, and we
more posts means more better. So
but we have different missions.
Absolutely,
they have a different niche that we have.
Sure,
and anyway, I'm not saying either one's better than
It's
the
all
other.
good.
It's just
it
depends what
another
you're looking for in American Legion Post.
Right. It's another opportunity for veterans to get involved and pick what you know. That's what I tell you. If you go over there, got your friends and things, and that's what you like, then awesome, be a part of it. If you come over here and you're like, nah, I kind of like what you're doing better, come on in. We love to have you too. Either way. I'm good.
The overarching goal is to help veterans and kids.
And veterans and help you, the veteran, and other veterans and other people in our community. And I will tell you, and I can speak for this, we as a 61 family, our focus is on community, youth, service. That is our staple, what we do. We're social creatures, but we're not so much into the bar nights and that kind of thing.
Well, actually not going to have a bar.
The new facility won't even have a bar.
We focus more on. Now, don't get us wrong. We can eat. We'll have a kitchen. We'll have dinners and all that, but not necessarily a bar. But so we will be able to host social functions and things.
I do want to thank everybody that came out to the yard sale and made it a huge success.
Yeah, that was the day I was leaving. How'd that go?
It went really well.
Excellent.
We did a yard sale last year. I can't remember when it was. I remember the high wind and some of the money blew away.
We were out at the fairgrounds.
That's right. We were at the fairgrounds. But this year, I think we did at least double what we did last year. And
add to the coffers to that you just bought a shutter or some paint.
Pretty much,
Well, it helped pay for the mural. But the flag retirement went phenomenally well. We actually had the folks from Station 2 come out and support us.
Excellent.
That was fun.
So we did not burn down the city as anticipated.
Oh, no, not at all.
No,
it ran really well. We retired around, I think, 100, 120 flags, something like that.
Yeah, great.
So
even some of the firefighters retired some flags. That was fun.
Yes, they did. If you want to donate any used flags or stuff to us, if we get enough of them, we do a supplemental flag retirement. Sure. But annually, we try to do it around Flag Day.
And that will be a part of our new facility, is a permanent flag retirement
at some point.
It's not going to be the first thing built, but it is part of the plans of
air conditioning
what's going to be there.
We're actually way ahead of the game on the building. We've had a phenomenal amount of support from Job Corps.
Oh, they have been phenomenal.
They came out and we were expecting demo to take a couple of months. And it looks like it's only going to take.
They're learning a lot of things at Job Corps.
We're going to take a couple of weeks.
And we are honored to allow them to practice their skills on our stuff.
We are hoping to have the little building done by the end of August.
Awesome.
But that's pie in the sky.
That's going to be
and just a kind of for the public's knowledge on that one, the smaller building that's on their property, that will also be the future home of the Memory Lawn offices. So if you've got business at Memory Lawn Cemetery as far as needing burials or any of those kind of questions, all of that will be handled at that building on East 2nd.
And that's on 603 East 2nd. That little building used to be I think it used to be a drive-through bank.
It's all right across the street from the Farmers on East 2nd. So if you see the Farmers on East 2nd, look across the street, there's our stuff.
Everybody's confusing us with the Army-Navy surplus store.
Yeah, they're about 2 blocks.
No, we're just right on the opposite block.
Yeah, about a block away. It's nice.
Yeah, but anyway, we'd like to make a deal for that half track.
I'm about to say,
nobody will call us back.
We got a sweet spot we can park it at right over there.
Right, but nobody will call us back on it, so I don't know what they want for it.
I think that thing's worth some money. It's got some actual money value to it. So.
But it's really a niche. Where
not everybody can pick that thing up and say, I got a half track in my house.
And how are you gonna get it somewhere? We only got to push it a block, so we got to kind of.
Which is still a monumental feat. That thing weighs about 8,000 tons.
Yeah, we'd probably have to block off the streets and have a bunch of help. Maybe put a semi in there or something.
We need the ranch boys with their tractors and all that stuff. That's what we need them out there.
Calling the dairy farmers. There you
go.
Throw
that challenge out there. I guarantee we have about 20 people with tractors and everything else ready to show up.
That'd be cool. I mean, I think that would be a monumental display for our post.
Somebody knows the people. And
if we could get it, that would be good. We'd probably repaint it and, put it back to its pristine glory, restore it to its glory, and
make it look like it was ready to roll out and serve in World War II again.
There you go. I mean, that's pie in the sky.
Well, maybe not. It looks like it can. It won't actually. It won't have a motor.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine, member of our post. He's Army, and he says, "Yeah, I think the guy wants like $40,000 for it." I was like, "Oh, we can't afford that."
No, we had $40,000. We certainly wouldn't be buying a half track with it. We'd
probably buy a mobility vehicle. But anyway, things are looking good. We're trying to get everything on track. Tonight, we're assembling all of the name tags and the lanyards and stuff. And hats off to Dragon Soldier Enterprises. They helped
really
us out quite a bit.
We've had some local businesses and organizations have really stepped up and supported us, and we thank you so much.
We thought we were only going to have about 100 people come to this convention, and it was pretty clear about 7 days ago that that's not the case.
So I called up Allison.
We're
in a
almost
panic.
double that, and so I called them up, and they said, "Well, I don't know. We may not be able to get it in time." And I said, "Well, I'll pay the expedite fee." And it's supposed to come in today. So, and then tonight we got to put them all together and get everybody ready. But it has been.
Yeah, Dragon Soldier's actually over there on, I think it's McGaffey, right next to the State Farm. They share the same building.
Yeah,
so they got
Mac
some good
Dyer
stuff in there.
and Allison Dyer, they're both VFW.
They're VFW, and they're doing great stuff.
They've been helping us out quite a bit. They discounted a bunch to start with, but I think they're selling us this round at cost.
At cost, yeah.
That's so nice.
Still, it's a lot.
And by the
money.
way, he's a man with a small business that really every dime he's watching. So when he does this for us, it's a bigger deal.
It is a big
than
deal.
someone like Walmart.
Well, the barbecue is being catered by La Sierra, and they cut their price in half for us.
Oh, that's so nice of them.
That was really nice. Now, if we could work on Josh Ragdale a little bit,
Oh, at the Liberty?
Yeah. But yes, I don't think that'll go happen. But that's like real. That's the big chunk of our.
But it's a very nice facility.
Absolutely. But I would invite people to check out our website, which is roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
If you want to support and donate, whether it's for this convention, whether it's for Memory Lawn, whether it's just for our new facility, or like you said, I've got money. Can you make sure this gets to disaster relief here?
Yeah, any of that.
So we will make sure it gets into the hands of the people that. So we will get in touch with the Hope Center or whomever that.
For sure.
On a side note, on Memory Lawn, we put up a brand new American flag on Flag Day.
Yes, we did.
And a new POW MIA flag. And folks, this ain't cheap, but we got it done. We're also, I want to thank the community. A lot of people have been showing up, just plain showing up out there at Memory Lawn, helping us keep the place upkept and stuff like that. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that.
We do, and I think it's a good reminder that at the end of the day, that cemetery is the community cemetery.
It is.
I mean, yes, we're technically the owners and all that, but
I don't know that I would call ourselves the owners. We manage it.
Yeah, I mean, we're the people.
It's a non-profit.
Yeah,
and we don't make money off it. Hell, we lose money on it.
Yeah,
but
we're not doing this as a business.
We're doing
it's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love.
We're not good entrepreneurs. I'm just saying, we're charitable, but not good at entrepreneurial.
When we took over management of the cemetery, we were told that there was about 2 burials a month out there. We blew that away.
I'm about to say, it seems a lot busier than that now.
The second month, and we had a lady give us $10,000 out of Albuquerque, and most of that's been spent because just basic upkeep of the cemetery.
Wow.
We've spent almost $10,000 in 6 months,
and really it's even more than upkeep. It's renovation. We're still in those phases, and many. I mean, we still got irrigation work and you've seen it out there. There's still lots of work.
We got quotes for irrigation and exceed $100,000.
We're in the not cheap portion of the renovations,
and we just don't have that kind of money. We want to sell bricks to line the cemetery with, so if you got a military veteran in your family, we want to sell bricks for a few $100s and start lining them out there, and that money will turn around and try to build the irrigation project with.
Yeah, all the water rights are staying with us. We just have to get the money to get the water.
I cannot emphasize this enough. The water rights stayed with us. We are not selling any water rights. Well, zero.
You know the saying around here: whiskey's for drinking, water's for fighting, and that's kind
of and I do need to lease a little bit. So there's a pecan farmer or whatever is looking for a little water, but. I mean, I'm talking $600 a year.
Yeah.
That's nothing. But we've been working with Jim Burris, trying to get a Gold Star monument going and stuff like that. But again, money. We want to move one of the statues because it's kind of in the wrong place, and we want to put the Gold Star monument out there. But then again, money.
Yeah, these are all goals and aspirations. But and we are aware. We took a big bite of a lot of things, and we got fire irons and three or four different fires right now, and all of them are expensive. And
we need members. Boots on the ground is what we need. I just signed up 2 members in the last couple of days, and hopefully that'll help because they're local members, and hopefully.
And even if you go to RoswellLegion.org and you look at the membership criteria and you don't quite fit them, we still need your help.
We need
Just
volunteers.
Because you can't be a member doesn't mean we don't appreciate and value your assistance.
If you have a passion for service in our community, yes, to be a Legionnaire or an auxiliary or son, there are certain requirements to be, and if you don't meet those,
and granted, those requirements were lowered 2 years ago.
And if you don't meet those, and you still have a server's heart, we would love to have you join and be a part of our family in some way, shape, or form. Can we make you a Legionnaire? No, probably not.
If nothing else, we desperately need a Cub Scout master.
Yeah, because of our scouting side, we have somebody, and memory lawn side, we have volunteers and things like you said, and that work with us that aren't Legionnaires per se, and they just
and everybody, please keep Dave Heim in your thoughts and stuff. He had a heart attack, but he's recovering nicely.
Well, that's good.
He's our Boy Scout master. Over there on Missouri.
Yeah, for Troop 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For Troop 2. Yeah.
He's recovering.
He's recovering nicely, but he came to our meeting. He looked really pale, but we didn't make the connection. And I guess he had the heart attack like 24 or 48 hours later. But he's good. He's home. He's rested.
That's right. We just saw him. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw him on that Thursday. And
I go away a week and everything goes to pot.
See what happens?
Man, well, I'm glad that he's recovering nicely,
but
he thinks he's going to have a diet change coming pretty quick here.
This convention is going to be really important because we have a son, Joseph Navarrete. He's the first son of the Sons of the American Legion that is going to be ordained as national commander,
and he's New Mexican
of the Sons of the American Legion.
He'll be
Is
the
the
first
New Mexican to ever hold that title ever.
And what's really cool is his mom, about 12, 14 years ago, was the first national president from New Mexico.
For the auxiliary.
And between the two of them, it's the first mother-son duo that's done
Yeah.
it. So it's really cool.
It's very important. It's going to put New Mexico on the map. We're going to be very important for a little while.
Good deal.
And our membership is reflecting our efforts. So
well, we'd love to get more people involved. Like you said, we come out. What's probably like if someone's just nosing around, where's the best place to point them at right now? Would it be at one of the hotels here, the McLaren? Where would be a good place to visit?
Is sold out.
I mean, just to come visit and talk. Like the
Clarion is where everything.
That's where we're having our meetings and stuff. So
everything
I would
happens
imagine
at the Clarion.
If you're looking for a room, probably not. But if you're looking for information or you want to become a Legionnaire,
you want to wander around the lobby there, you're going to run into
some
probably
veterans
50 people that can give you good knowledge.
Hang out at the Clarion here, like starting tomorrow. You're gonna see guys in pointy hats and gals in pointy hats all over.
Actually, I heard that some people had pulled up already because. Yeah. We'd had some reports that the convention start already. I'm like, no,
not
why?
yet.
Well, there's a bunch of American Legion fans at the Clarion.
Well,
that's
Thursday.
The state heads getting into town.
For folks never in the military, when you're in basic training,
that's the advanced crew.
If you're in basic, and every one of these Legionnaires has spent some time in a basic training outfit.
At least 2 weeks.
And so one of the things they drill, on time, you're late. You know, that is the nature of the veteran.
That's not in the Air Force. That's Army. That's Marines. Okay.
I don't know. I got that lecture a lot of times in the Air Force.
What, did you have a lot of Army Air Force guys there or what? You know,
I just had
Air Force was like,
time you're late.
It'll happen when we get there.
Nice.
I didn't.
Besides, we fly at 600 miles an hour. And, how fast do you walk with a 60-pound pack? You know,
I have a
we'll
jammer.
get there before you.
I had a jammer. I had a hydraulic jammer that I had to drive around in. So I had wheels.
Nice.
They didn't go very fast. You could pop some good wheelies with them. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that part. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm in this wheelchair, right? And this wheelchair can get up to 4.6 miles per hour, which is about twice as fast as she can walk.
Yes.
So don't worry. I'll get there before you. It's not a problem.
Yes.
Right.
So. Yeah. Keeping up with him in his wheelchair is a challenge.
Right. As long as he's got juice, he's on the move.
I will tell you, the sidewalks here in Roswell, and this is a complaint, are terrible.
For ADA stuff.
There is some upheavals on some of the sidewalks that just make it almost impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, on the way over here today, I had to back out of one of the sidewalks and go back on the street because the angle was so steep, the wheelchair stopped.
Oh, wow.
It just didn't have the oomph
Needs
to go.
more engineering on that one, it looks like.
Yeah, well, it's either that or I had to have a good run, but then again, I probably caught some air.
You got Evel Knievel in it?
Yeah. Well, I've already broken 4 bones in my body, and I have no desire to break any more.
You're done doing that?
I'm done. I'm good. So
I think I got 1 or 2 left of it.
Yeah.
I was kidding. But, I know they did a lot of work downtown, but there's a lot of work outside of that area.
3rd Street was where I was having a problem.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll just keep going down Second. There's 2 spots on Second I have to go in the street, but 3rd, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I should have went down to Richardson and cut over.
And, of course, once you get into neighborhoods and things, you're lucky to even have a sidewalk, depending on the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. You go up Washington Street,
Yeah.
Yeah, they got dogs on Washington Street, too, so you start going past one of the fences, and, they're right on you. It's like, hi.
Do you have a satchel of Scooby snacks?
No.
Run if you need to?
No, I think it would make it worse. It'd be like an attraction.
I didn't know if that was quick, they're coming, deploy countermeasures.
Countermeasures. Chaff. I need chaff.
But all jokes aside, beginning tomorrow, probably today, you're going to start seeing a lot of Legionnaires coming into town. The Clarion is kind of our central hub this weekend for events and things. So if you're a veteran or someone who just wants to get involved and see what's going on,
our membership meeting in July has moved to the 11th because
we're patriotic.
On the 4th of July, we're going to try to meet down at the new post and have a barbecue.
Yes,
but we're not going to have a meeting. We're going to go to the 11th. So
we're celebrating our country.
Yes,
good Lord.
Independence Day will be celebrated this year, and on the 11th we will resume our meetings, and it will be at the chamber until the new facility.
Yeah, till we have things like air conditioning and things that won't kill us if we sit there for an hour.
We're investing a lot of money in air conditioning. I will tell you, we're investing a lot of money in air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's too hot in this
We're
town.
a bunch of hot-headed, hot-aired windbags, and we need a lot of AC to cool that down. Just saying, we're all veterans, and we all have opinions.
Well,
y'all are veterans.
Then again, we got Mike Winters as a member. So,
I have never met a veteran who
3
don't have
hours
opinion.
a day.
Yes.
Of course, when he gets home, I hear he doesn't talk at all.
I'm tired of talking.
No, he's quiet.
I'm tired of talking. I mean, believe it or not, I'm kind of introverted. I know people don't believe me, but I really am.
Yeah. On the radio.
We'll go for hours, just
Silent.
doing
And I'm
our
happy.
thing, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you're awfully quiet.
Yeah, I just, I when I'm on, I'm on, and when I'm off, I'm off.
Yeah.
2 speeds.
The manic side of Mike.
Yeah. Yep. It is. People think it's complex. I'm like, no, it's pretty simple. I'm just doing my thing, and then when I'm not, I'm done.
Well, you got a Y chromosome, so things have to be simple.
Yep, absolutely. But this weekend, like I said, it's all hands on deck. Like I said, we'd love to have people come talk to these. We got neighbors in town. I know we got with evacuees, and we got so much going on. But we'd love to, let's hey. you folks in Ruidoso and stuff, some veterans, come and visit us. Come say hi. Maybe we can take your mind off of everything else for a little bit.
Yeah.
And come into town, see what we can do to make your day a little bit better and help out there. And,
Friday and Saturday is going to be the big days. That's when most people are going to be there.
Yeah, and that's where most of our meetings and by Sunday everyone's rolling back to wherever they come from.
And some of them are as far away as like Grants and Santa Fe.
Oh yeah, those Four Corner guys.
Oh yeah, way
people
up there.
They're trekking down just to get in town, and I'm sure a lot of them are seeing the updates from Ruidoso and wondering how that's impacting us here and everything else.
Yeah.
So.
And if you'd like to join the Legion, RoswellLegion.org is a good one to go to, or you can call us at 575-628. 268 0220.
575-268.
Yeah, don't get me lying about phone numbers over here.
Yeah, sorry.
0220.
But and of course, RoswellLegion.org, it's a great resource. You can see everything that our Post 61 family supports, the memory lawn stuff, our scholarships, which, by the way, we're still trying to give away money to college kids.
I have got $12,000 I've been trying to give away for a long time.
$2,500 scholarships.
$2,500 a piece. Nobody wants it.
Yep. And this money's earmarked for that and nothing else. We can't use it on the building. We can't use it for memory lawn. We can't use it.
No.
It's strictly to allow students.
And I just got $5,000 deposited into that account, and I still can't give it away.
So apply. So the application and all the requirements are on our website, RoswellLegion.org.
And if you've had one of these before, every 2 years you can reapply and get another $2,500.
Yeah, and here's here's the basics. If you are a veteran yourself or a sibling of a vet, mother,
somehow
father,
attached to.
brother, sister, wife, son, close relation to a veteran,
right?
And you are pursuing a career in either first responder or STEM related,
right?
Which, by the way, STEM covers everything from doctors and nurses to air conditioning and heating and welding and teaching to it's a pretty broad category.
Science, engineering,
so
math.
odds are many, unless you've got some like art history obscure degree plan you're going for.
Women's studies. That wouldn't be so much.
We don't pay for no art history.
But which was my sister's
gender studies. No.
Like I was encouraging my sister.
None of that stuff.
I was like, oh, my sister should do it. But then I saw her degree, and it's a fine degree, but it has nothing to do with STEM or anything.
So parents, if your child fits those requirements, tell your child and get on to your child about getting that done. This is free money. Free money, y'all.
500 words. I can do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I do it in 10 minutes, actually.
For free
I do it all the
money.
time in 10 minutes.
I don't know. I write slower than I can talk.
Oh, yeah, I talk about 1,000.
And even if they're not sure that they're going to actually get it, nobody else is applying.
Exactly.
So odds are good.
Odds are
Odds
good.
are
Competition
good.
is not stiff on this one.
Shoot, free money. Do it.
And we're just begging to give away money because we want to give. And by the way, we say kids, veterans. I know GI Bill covers, but if you already tapped into your GI Bill or you're trying to hold it for something else, maybe
this does not apply. These problems do not apply to just freshmen. I mean, you can be.
Continuing education. New student.
Now, we give priority to bachelor's degrees and stuff like that, but if I'm not giving away any money...
If no one's applying, you're the priority. One comes in.
I have money to give away.
And be honest, if two come in, we still got money.
Yeah, and to apply, it takes maybe half an hour to an hour. That's pretty good pay. $2,500 an hour? I'd take it.
Do it. Go for it.
So please... For all you students or potential students, please, RoswellLegion.org, research that, and please, get your applications in.
It may say the word or the number 2022 on it, but forget it. The numbers never expire.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll redo it when I get time, because right now I'm a little busy.
Right now, let's get through this convention stuff, and then next week we can talk.
Yeah.
But just be on the lookout. There will be a lot of veterans with their pointy hats out and about town this weekend. Do what Roswell does. Get out there.
That's a pointy hat.
It's pointed compared to most hats.
Yeah.
I tell you what it looks like, but I'm not allowed.
I'm not allowed either. As far as I'm concerned, that's the official name for that hat. I don't know.
I believe the official name is the Garrison
Yeah, and I never remember that.
No.
But I remember the other name.
Oh, boy. If you're on the street, you can stop and ask what it is. But we ain't gonna tell you.
You're lucky if you get a response.
Google it, but be warned, you might be offended. It is.
So true.
We're military.
I just saw the time, and I got to play about a minute and a half's worth of ads before they kick me off the radio
well,
here.
Thanks, Mike.
RoswellLegion.org. RoswellLegion.org is the website. Go there. We're going to be at the Clarion really en masse here starting tomorrow for the next couple days. We'd love to have you come in and be a part.
Email me, commander@RoswellLegion.org.
Yes.
Call me, 575-268-0220.
Or join us at our next meeting, June the 11th, or July the 11th. Sorry, July the 11th.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. at the Chamber
of Commerce.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mike.
you, guys, and we'll see you. I'll see you guys later.
Adios, muchachos.
Yeah, I'll see you later tonight. 9:58, quick break before No Mas Show. Don't go away.
Check out some of the bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Select varieties of Kellogg's breakfast cereals are $3.98 each, and select bottles of Kraft barbecue sauce are 4 for $5. In produce, red seedless grapes are 99 cents a pound, and large mangoes are 2 for $1. In the meat department, Pilgrim's boneless chicken breasts are $2.77 a pound, and family packs of boneless sirloin cut pork chops are $1.97 a pound. These are just some of the bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Do you love your car? Yes. Well, Roswell Hyundai wants to help you keep your current car with a lower payment. Introducing Refi with Hyundai. Roswell Hyundai wants to help you refinance your current vehicle with rebates and discounts to lower your payment. If you're ready to upgrade, Roswell Hyundai has a fresh inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles with special financing available regardless of your credit with I-10 accepted. Don't forget, all new Hyundais come with a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty and 3 years of free oil changes. So, what makes Roswell Hyundai the #1 used car dealership in southeastern New Mexico? You do. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.